Alrighty, let's get this show on the road. What's up, people? What's poppin'? What's happening? How are y'all doing? Happy Tuesday, everyone. Happy Tuesday evening. Sounds so weird considering you normally do this on a Monday, yet here we are on a Tuesday. Let's see. Oh, snap. Oh, no. Awesome Gamer. He ready. He got that smoke. He has got that smoke today. Yeah, for those who are wondering what's up with Awesome Gamer, last night when we were streaming on Twitch, he literally came in 15 seconds before I was about to get off. Pause. Sounds so weird. But yeah, he came through saying, oh, snap, yeah, Twitch stream. And it's like, yo, guys, wrapping it up on this mission. He's like, what the? So he got that smoke right now. And we had to press F to pay respects to Awesome Gamer. But what's going on, y'all? What's up? I've seen a lot of regulars here. Fosting, shout out to the regular mod. Nathan Drake, Bootlegged Culture. Crosiv, Nathaniel, Lynx, Netcrusher. Fukusu, I believe it's how you pronounce it. Ethmon, Wagwan, brethren. Bree, Evan Hawkins, Nostalgia Trip, Jamal Harris. Santiago. Of course, Awesome Gamer is here. Because he's about that smoke. Pierre. Slipzibzoo. Are you a Microsoft operative? Oh, yeah, totally, y'all. Microsoft has, I don't know if the cat's out of the bag, but Microsoft has secretly been funneling me. And they've been channeling. They've been funding the channel with a nonstop supply of Funko Pops. In order for me to say positive things about Xbox. Totally. Next Gen Striker. The other NGS in the chat. What's going on, brother? Yeah, we're going to talk about the Unlocked podcast in a little bit. I'm just going to wait for a few more people to join in before we start getting into some questions. But how's the audio sounding, y'all? Everything good on your end? Video game lover, what's good, man? What's up, Kobe? Okay, everything's sounding good. Aye. Nice. That's good to know, y'all. Of course, I just like to make sure I do these checks beforehand. I'll say we'll give it like a few more minutes before we start diving into some questions. You know, in fact, I should do my due diligence and tweet out this information. Let me go ahead and share this video. Here we go. Ooh. I obviously cannot type tonight. There we go. Just trying not to melt in this Texas heat. You know what the funny thing is? Every single time I've gone to Texas, and I always speak highly of Texas because every time I go there, I have a great time. I legit miss y'all's crazy heat waves. You know, the ones that really build character. You know what I'm saying? Like, every time I go there, it's literally only been in the 90s. You know, it never reaches, like, past 100 like some people were talking about. So I'm good. I'm good. But yeah, we might as well just start up with the intro here. Welcome, everybody. If this is your first time tuning in, this is Ask Neo. Ask Neo is now my weekly Q&A series where y'all ask questions and I try my very best to answer them in a promptly fashion. I say that considering since there's so many amazing people out here asking awesome questions and y'all really do ask good questions, I try to give every single question a little bit of time, so I don't just want to rush through it for no reason. For the sake of the podcast, if it is a question that I've actually done in a whole video, I'm not really going to answer it. I will just address it as like, hey, you know, check out this video if you want to hear my full thoughts. But other than that, you know, this is just a free flow Q&A. Y'all ask me questions, I answer them. We don't really have any type of crazy structure as far as things concerned. We got a little bit of housekeeping to take care of before we get into this. So first things first, if you check the links down below in the video description, you'll see a couple of things. First things first is going to be the link to our Discord community, the Phantom Weirdos. This is just a place if y'all want to congregate, have fun, find a new best friend to play games with, talk about anything. You know, we've got literally a good couple hundred people there, and I love seeing the positivity and the discussions. It's really great. So that's our Discord community right there. There's no type of fee you got to pay to join it like some other people have these days. Other than that, I also have links to my Patreon page in addition to the YouTube membership. As y'all know, I'm not really here on YouTube to make money, do things like that. I just do this for the fun, but people have always expressed interest in showing support to the channel outside of just watching it and liking. So I created the Patreon page for people like that, and every single month, at the start of every month, I do a really big blowout of Patreon shoutouts in addition to the YouTube members program. So that's what I'm going to do right now, starting with the Patreon. We've got 11 amazing patrons on there. So shout out to Trevor, shout out to the amazing JD, Joel, Gaius, Sean, Daniel, everybody's favorite username, 2003 Honda Civic, Snunja, Darius, Dev, and Jake. So shout out to everybody on Patreon. If you guys want to check it out, it's in the link down below in the video description. In addition to that, I just opened up the YouTube membership option just to give people like cool perks when they go onto the streams. Fostings right here, as you can see, is one of the members. He's got that little NeoGameSpark logo right there. And I've been working with an artist to get more custom emotes and things like that. It's just taken a little while because my artist was under the weather, and I wanted to give him time to recover, but those things are going to be coming in there. But in the meantime, I want to give a shout out to all these amazing people here. Dimwit Monkey, Burnt Easy, formerly known as Atlanta. I'm gonna still call him Atlanta. Marcus Doyle Terrell. Of course, Fostings 1, as you know, he's our resident mod, and he does a fantastically fabulous job, so everybody give this man some props. Billy TK, Etmon, Daniel Pack, Colin, my boy, he might be showing up here later on, and Hudless Details. So thank you so much for every single person on the YouTube membership page, in addition to Patreon, for supporting the channel. Y'all know me, I've been doing this YouTube stuff for 12 years. Money has never been a concern for me, but the fact that it has come into the conversation, I just want to thank every single one of y'all for supporting it. All the money you guys give gets funneled back into the channel and lets me do other crazy things in terms of like buying extra games to stream and stuff like that. Yeah, but that's pretty much all the housekeeping I have to do. As you guys know, I'm not really too crazy in terms of like, yeah, we're gonna talk about all these things beforehand, but I do want to address something right now since actually shout out right now to Slipsu. I think that is how you pronounce your name. I'm sorry, correct me if it's wrong. He actually joined. He's a member of the Phantom Weirdos YouTube Nation, so thank you so much for that, Slipsy. Welcome to the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. But yeah, so we might as well just address the big thing that happened this week. I'm not sure if you guys have been following the social media, but I was recently invited on to IGN's podcast Unlocked with Ryan McCaffrey. So this is something that came as a complete surprise to me. I never in my wildest imagination thought I would be on a podcast, let alone an IGN podcast. But what had happened was, since so many people in the community, speaking of the community, shout out to DanX3rd. He's another one of our amazing mods. Since so many of y'all have just been doing God's work and just sharing out the videos to people, it got to the attention of someone like Ryan McCaffrey, and people were asking, hey, we want you to get this guy on the podcast. So, Ryan was like, okay, I'm fair game. And we coordinated behind the scenes. I honestly didn't expect it to happen so soon, but it did. And yeah, that's what we did, man. We recorded the podcast yesterday. This is my very first time on an IGN podcast. It's still so weird to say, but it was just a phenomenal, surreal experience, to be honest. Because I grew up watching and reading IGN, and just to be on a podcast, like literally out of nowhere, was just such a, like, I'm still flabbergasted that actually even happened. And it's literally because of all of y'all just showing so much amazing support, just promoting the channel, liking the videos, subscribing, just all the amazing things that y'all are doing. It seriously means the world to me. And like I always say, we are a community. We got to build each other up, not bring each other down. And you guys know, if you're rocking with me, I'm rocking with you all the way to the end of the line. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for that. I mean, like, what else can I say? It was so cool. Ryan is a phenomenal guy. I mean, I had been watching the Unlocked podcast for a while, but just to actually meet the person and talk to them and see what they're all about, he is as genuine and pure as a lot of people have been saying. So that was a phenomenal experience. I've got some other things going on behind the scenes that I really cannot talk about as of yet, but when the time does come, you guys are going to be very surprised at some things happening. But more on that later down the road. This is literally just months later. But yeah, that was just such an awesome thing to experience. And we're just gonna keep this momentum moving, y'all. We're just gonna keep growing the channel, growing the community, and just continue being who we are. You know, spreading this whole shtick. I don't know if it's just positivity or, you know, just being chill, whatever it is, man. I like what we got going on. It's awesome. So once again, thank you guys so much for that. Seriously, you mean the world. But yeah, so we're just going to dive into the Q&A portion right now. So if y'all have any questions you want me to answer, just feel free. Go ahead. I'm just going to answer the first question since it just came up from Ben Sachs. Have you ever played Rainbow Six Siege? And to answer that, no, I haven't. But it's always been a game I've been interested in. Just seeing the way the game has evolved throughout the years and how literally it's become such a driving force in competitive gaming. It looks very interesting, but obviously, you know, it's going to take a lot of skill to really master that sort of game. So in order for me to get in there and actually, you know, get more than one kill, I'd have to like take some time and really understand it. But it looks great, and it seems like the community is happy with the long-term support. All right, so let's see. Honest opinion: if you could only pick up the Xbox One X, what was that? I'm sorry, the Xbox Series X or the PS5, what would you pick? Well, if I can only pick up one, if we're talking like in general, I probably would go with the PlayStation 5. I know a lot of people who are, you know, new subscribers are like, what? But you said the Xbox One X is like your preferred way to play games. That is true, but the thing about Xbox is that Xbox, even though they've built such a great console, they still don't have a lot of the games that I personally love to play, which are Japanese role-playing games like Persona, the Shin Megami Tensei series. You know, they've, like Phil Spencer, to his credit, giving credit where credit is due, he has done a lot of good to go ahead and secure, you know, the older Final Fantasy games. Dragon Quest is coming, but as a whole, there's just a lot of games that are not on the system yet, and to me, those are the type of games that I really enjoy playing. I know a lot of people might not be into those sort of things, but I find a lot of enjoyment in those experiences. So while Xbox, you know, it ticks a lot of boxes for me, it just doesn't as far as like the Japanese support is concerned. But who knows? Things are changing. Phil Spencer has been like, hey, you know, talking to studios and things like that. You never know what'll happen down the road. So we'll just have to see. But if I had to pick one, I would say PlayStation, because it just has the Japanese support, and that's what I really do value. So that's my answer. But thankfully, we live in a world where you don't really have to choose. So yeah, Neo, have you watched Kaguya yet? Yes, I actually just started it 2 days ago. Was it I believe it was 2 days ago. And I binged like 5 episodes in a row. I don't know what it was about it, but like when it comes to like some anime, I usually give it like 1 or 2 episodes, and if I'm really feeling it, I'll continue. But with Kaguya-sama, I was just literally watching it back to back. So I'm 5 episodes in, and it's I mean, I want to refrain from really talking about it before, like, I want to at least finish some more episodes before I give a full-on opinion of it. But I have started that, rest assured. All right. What is your favorite Nintendo console and handheld ever? So my favorite Nintendo console is going to be the Super Nintendo. I love the SNES. I love the amount of games that existed on there, the variety, the third-party support. Like Nintendo, even though I love the Switch to death, just the level of third-party support they had during that era was just bar none. So I love the Super Nintendo. And my favorite handheld, I mean, if we're talking about handhelds, it's got to be the Switch. You know what I'm saying? Just it's the handheld that I've spent the most amount of time playing. It's got a lot of great variety in games that you could have never played on a handheld before. And I like the trajectory of where things are going. You know, Nintendo studios are, you know, all under one umbrella now when it comes to developing for one piece of hardware versus two, you know, which was a console and a handheld. So of course some notable exceptions. Of course, I love the Game Boy Advance. I put a lot of time into those games, but I would say the Super Nintendo for consoles and then Switch for the handhelds. All right. Neo, I have a question. Have you used your PS4 Pro the same amount of time you've used the Xbox One X? Well, if we're talking about it in the terms of length of time, I've used the PlayStation 4 Pro more because I've had the PlayStation 4 Pro. I got the Spider-Man Special Edition when it came out, so I used it for like a year and a half before I got the Xbox One X. Since this whole lockdown kicked in, of course, I've been playing the Xbox One X a lot more, just because, everything I talked about in those videos. But if I had to pick a console I'd want to play right now, it would have to be the PlayStation. If I had to pick like the games I'm playing right now, I'm going through a lot of the PlayStation exclusives, so I'd play it right now for that. But if it was just like a regular dry season for both systems, it would be Xbox, because the Xbox, it's a quicker system for me. It's much quieter, and I keep stressing this point. Consoles being quiet are a very big deal, and my PlayStation 4 Pro, I mean, I've done everything. I've taken out all the dust from the fans. The last thing I have to do is change the thermal paste, but I feel like that's doing a little bit too much just to get a quiet system. So I just, like, for me, it's literally like I play an Xbox game and I know it's just going to be quiet. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be quiet. Even if I'm playing a game that's at like 4K, it ticks up a little bit, but it's still quiet. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, but greetings to all the people in the chat. We've got how many people we got watching right now? We have got 116 folks watching. Shout out to y'all. If you're enjoying the stream, just do me a favor and hit that like button. I'm not really too crazy about these likes, but it does help send the channel out into the ether, and it makes it so a lot of you lovely new people, and gives more opportunities for even more new people to come in. Shout out to the homie Game Inspection, aka Comic Inspection, aka the homie Jamil, aka Dragon Ball Z Kakarot's biggest stan. He's one of the day ones right there, man. Alrighty, so let's go through some more questions. Hey Neo, can you eat spicy ramen noodles in a cup on stream? You know what the thing is, y'all? I've been toying around with doing some of these food challenges, because I see, like, one of my homegirls, I don't know if y'all know her, SS Goshen 4, she did one of the mukbang challenges where you had like spicy noodles, and it looked so cool. I mean, she looked like she was crying, but it looked like something really fun. So I've got an H Mart near me, so I might do that at some point. Yes, Danix is correct. I am literally going, like, I have everything placed here. I'm going to go through all the questions right now, so you don't really need to spam the questions because I see everything right here. So thank you for that. Let's see. Aaron Nelder's question. Do you think the Series X is doomed now? I elaborated this on a little bit in the video I made. I don't think the Series X is doomed. A lot of people view it as like, oh, well, Halo Infinite's not launching, so that means the console is dead. When has a console launch really ever affected its longevity? Like, the reason why the Xbox One launch was a disaster was because of the past 6 months of Microsoft and doing all that stuff. But the launch itself was okay, right? PlayStation 4 only launched with Knack and Killzone. That's not a good launch. The Switch only launched with Breath of the Wild, which was a Wii U game. And that was the only game, literally only worthwhile game to buy on the system. So for me, it's literally a case of, well, what does Xbox have in the first 2 years? Because while Game Pass is great, you know what I'm saying? We need to see more. We need more games to play. We can't just rely on the multiplats. We can't just rely on the backwards compatibility. We need to see more games coming out within the next 2 years. That's what kind of bothers me, and I think that's where the lack of interest is going to come in. But saying that like Halo Infinite has kind of killed the launch for some people, I don't necessarily think that's the case, because if they were to release Halo Infinite in its bad state, it would have been an even bigger disaster for Microsoft as opposed to not. So yeah, they might take a little bit of an L not having a major launch game on release, but if they can come out swinging with that Halo game, I think it's going to have an even bigger impact. But yeah, if the launch is just so much of a deal breaker from people on whether or not they're going to pick up the system, I don't know. I mean, like, are you really a gamer? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, those are the same people who say, I wait 2 to 3 years before I buy a console. And then it's like, oh no, Halo is not available at launch. It's like, people got to make up their mind on what they want to be offended about, you know? So for me, it's not a big deal. It isn't. And I know for a lot of people, they're just going to buy the Xbox Series X to replace their Xbox. So, yeah, that's that. Let's see. Neo is one of the rare breed of YouTubers that hasn't gotten a big ego or changed for the worse. Keep up the momentum. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Next Gen Strike. I appreciate that. I'm literally just me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you see is what you get. So if any of y'all at some point, once the world returns back to normal and we start going to conventions and, you know, we hit up the bars afterwards, you know, because I'm that type of person. I'm the type of person, like, we hang out and then we just go get a drink. That's how I am. I'm just, this is literally me. So we can just have this conversation right here. And that's basically what it is. I don't really like the idea of being completely different because, you know, you hear some horror stories about some YouTubers and how they are on camera and then how they are in person. I can assure you, every single person that has met me from YouTube can vouch that I'm the exact same person. So if you like me, cool. If you don't, then, well, it is what it is. Just go about our separate ways. But yeah, I think that's how it should be, bro. You know? I think the fact that I've been on YouTube so long, that's probably the reason why I've maintained that same level head, you know, because I've literally seen the rise and fall of channels, like channels that had like millions of subscribers and they were like the top of their game and they just like disappear in the matter of a year and then people forget about them. It's crazy. I'm telling you, y'all, this social media stuff is it's not for the faint of heart, I can assure you. This man kept it all the way real on the podcast Unlocked and was very fair and objective and above all genuine, just Neo being Neo. You gotta love it. Well, thank you, Jamal Harris. I appreciate you, man. He's another loyal viewer to the channel. What's up, Silver Simple? All right. Do you think not having controller innovation will hurt the Xbox Series X? So this is a conversation that keeps coming up, and I think I actually should make a separate video since people are asking. I mean, a lot of people. Okay, just serious question, no fanboy stuff. The fact that the Series X controller, the fact that it's very similar to the regular Xbox One controller, does that really bother you as a gamer? Did you want them to experiment more and do something different? Personally, to me, maybe it's because I'm getting older, but I just want a controller that works and is intuitive. I don't really care for all these crazy bells and whistles. More often than not, I kind of turn them off when I play my games. So the fact that the Xbox One controller is just the same thing, you know, they've kind of improved certain aspects. They've reduced latency. They went ahead and added a share button. They did a couple of other tweaks right then and there. I'm actually fine with it because I don't mind the Xbox One controller. I really don't. So if I had to make a complaint about this controller, I'm sorry, guys. I don't like these like Forza Motorsport tires that they have on the analog stick. I get why they do it, but for me, it's just, it feels so strange. Like when I use my Elite controller, I use the 360 analog sticks. These right here, I don't like them. But other than that, I think the controller is pretty solid across the board. Everything works fine. And, you know, like I said, I have bigger hands, so for me, this is really comfortable. But the thing about these controllers nowadays is that regardless if you pick a PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo, they all have solid controllers. Well, with Nintendo, you have to get the Pro controller if you want to have a comfortable gaming experience. But nah, man, you know, for me, it's literally Xbox. It's like maintaining the status quo and continuing. You know, they do a lot of stuff behind the scenes to better the experience. And while it's not like overt, like, ooh, you need to buy the console for this, personally for me, and only for myself I can speak, it doesn't bother me. Alrighty. Hello, David Fonseca. What up, Neo? Have you ever interfaced or worked with Broken Games HD? You two are the two main gaming channels I follow. Love the energy, bro. Keep it going. Well, thank you for your awesome comment, David. Thank you for coming to the stream. And yeah, me and BG, oh, we go way back. Whoa, bro. We were legit, like, I knew about Broken Games HD back on his old channel. Y'all remember BG's old channel? Y'all remember Mags and Clips? Y'all remember all that stuff? I've been following BG since like what, 2011, I want to say, because I used to watch his Resistance multiplayer gameplays, because not a lot of people were uploading those for Resistance 3. So, I started following him from that. And, ever since, it's just been back and forth. We follow each other on Twitter. He's actually had me on Weapon Wheel a few times. My first episode was in 2016. So that was 4.5 years ago, if y'all could believe it. Time flies. Then he's had me on for other episodes here and there. It's usually just a scheduling conflict when I can't come on, considering usually I'd be working Sunday evenings. And then when he switched it Saturday for a bit, I'd be working Saturday evenings. But BG is awesome. BG is great. The one thing I like about BG is that he's just himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, people always, they give him flack because they think he's like arrogant, and he keeps saying like he's a gaming god and a lot of stuff. But I like having that type of person out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, BG's great. His podcast, I maintain that Weapon Wheel podcast. Yo, the first 2 years, best podcast on the face of the planet, bro. The first 2 years of Weapon Wheel podcast were legit so savage. My God, bro. Like, I'm going through and rewatching all those episodes because they're so much fun, and I'm just clipping all the highlights. It's great, but to long story short, yes, I know BG. He's an awesome dude. Even though I Am Bread is his game of the year and he don't want to admit it. All right. Edmond's question. What about question priority? Are you still working on that? Yes, I actually am. So I did send something on the Patreon, not the Patreon. Well, on the Patreon too, but on the YouTube membership page where there was a link to the Discord community. If you clicked that and you joined it, it gives you like a little private chat where you can ask the questions. If it's not working, definitely let me know and I'll adjust that, because I had to do that for one person. It seemed to be working fine for somebody else. So yeah, that's basically what it is. But hold on. Yeah, there's nothing going on here. I'm not sure. If anything, Edmond, private message me on Discord if you do have Discord, and we'll handle it from there, and you can ask me the question. Okay, let's see. Some more questions. Shout out to the 147 people watching. If you're enjoying the stream, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps out tremendously. Alrighty. Player Productions. Colt Eastwood is going to be the Doom for Xbox. He overhypes it. He has an Xbox fan. This is facts. He has an Xbox fan. I didn't know they make Xbox fans. But I mean, yeah, people have wanted me to talk about Colt Eastwood time and time again. I mean, I don't really like speaking on other people and what they do on their channels. You know, they're going to do what they want to do, and it is what it is. One thing I just always preach is don't sell yourself. Like, if you know something ain't legit, don't just say it for clicks and views. You know what I'm saying? Like, be true to yourself, because in the long term, your audience will appreciate that. And I'm not going to mention any names going around there, but I just feel like a lot of people, they're just so, like, they feel like they can't criticize their console or their company of choice because they feel like it's going to rile up their base and they're going to lose followers and they're going to say they sold out. That's not what this shit should be all about, people. We should demand better. We are not employed by these gaming companies. They work for us. They got to fight for our hard-earned dollar. Because, y'all, I don't know if anyone's told you this, but games are not cheap. Like, this is a very expensive hobby. And I'll be damned if literally people come out here and say that a $60 game that looks like literal trash is actually great and you just don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? So, that's, like, I just feel like everyone should be genuine across the board, and not even just Colt Eastwood. I see a lot of guys on the PlayStation side do the same thing, and the Nintendo. Let's not get started on the Nintendo community, I swear to God. But yeah. All right. Let's see. What other games are you hyped for? Well, right now, I'm just focusing on the games that are going to be coming out in the next couple months, because, everything is really up in the air as far as game release dates. So right now, I'm just focused on Cyberpunk. So Cyberpunk is the game I'm looking forward to. I hope it doesn't suck. I'm trying my best to dodge all of these gameplay videos, but it's getting really hard, man. Oh, we have a $5 super chat coming in from Nostalgia Trip 1. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, brother. Happy to hear you started Kaguya. Definitely wouldn't mind your thoughts on it when you're done. Also, it was the narrator that made it for me. Now, the narrator was some fucking crazy shit, bro. I didn't even know what I was getting into at first when I saw that, because you said the narrator the first time. And I was just like, what is he talking about? And then I watched it, and I was like, oh, that's what he means. But yeah, it's good, man. Okay. Do you think Xcloud will be a success? I mean, me, myself, and I, Xcloud, Stadia, all these cloud services, I personally don't care much for them. I know there's some people say there's a market for streaming. I'm gonna stick to hardwired stuff as much as I can. I like Microsoft's approach to streaming more than Google's. The fact that it's included with Game Pass, that's great. But me, myself, and I, if it's a success, cool. If not, I'm still gonna be playing my games, man. Thoughts on exclusivity? I mean, it's the nature of the business. I know a lot of people hate exclusives. They say it's anti-consumer, but there are some games that legit would not exist if it wasn't for a company funding them. You know what I'm saying? Like with Bayonetta 2, for example. You know what I'm saying? Like people give Nintendo flack all they want, but Nintendo foot the bill for the development of that game and the third game. You know what I'm saying? Like games like that wouldn't have existed had it not been for those companies. They could try their best to shop it out to publishers and maybe they can fund it, but exclusives are just the nature of the business. I'm not necessarily a fan of like them doing like the Tomb Raider situation. I still think is the most egregious. Like you have a multiplat and then the sequel is timed exclusive on Xbox for a year. I don't think that really makes a lot of sense. But as a whole, I don't mind exclusives because personally to me, they give incentive for me to go buy a system. Like that at the end of the day, that's what it is. Like the Nintendo Switch is the best example. The Nintendo Switch as a device itself, very bare bones. It doesn't even have features that the PlayStation Vita, a device from 2012, had. But the Switch sold like hotcakes because it has games. It has so many games. Like, I keep bringing this up, y'all. But if the Switch didn't have actual exclusives, like, would I go out there and have a collection that's this massive? You know what I'm saying? Like, exclusives, whether people like them or not, they get people to buy systems. Xbox does it, Nintendo does it, PlayStation does it. And even though Xbox does not have like traditional exclusives anymore, console exclusives or whatever, they're still going ahead and they're funding games. And those games are coming out and they are existing because of Microsoft. You know, they're just available on PC as well. So, man, I don't mind exclusives. They cool. Hi, I'm from Romania. I have a question. What should I pick up, the One X or the Series S? Well, greetings. It's good to see viewers from other countries here. Also, let's do a country shout out. Where are you watching this stream from, y'all? Comment down below. I'm coming at y'all from the East Coast, New York. Not the city, though. New York is a bigger state than New York City, y'all. But honestly, right now, just wait for the Series S whenever that does come out. Because if you buy the One X right now, you're kind of shortchanging yourself. Like, you buy the system now for, like, let's say $300. And then 2 years down the road, you're going to stop getting games. So you should just wait for the Series S. It's probably going to be priced around the same, and you are getting a next-gen console. So I would go for that. Have you tried the garbage plate? Oh, you might have to explain it to me on that one. Let's see. Now that we have a list of games that'll be able to run at 120 FPS, do you think it's worth purchasing an 120 hertz TV early into the generation? Well, to be honest, I get this question asked a lot. A lot of people want TV recommendations on games for their games that are running at 120 hertz. I don't really think 120 hertz is going to be, at least for consoles anyway, going to be any type of crazy standard. I think we are going to get games that are going to be running at that like the high frame rate count of 120, but I would just wait a little while. Like if you have a 4K TV, you've got the HDR, you've got the Dolby Atmos and all those things, maybe wait a little while for them to iron out the kinks with 120 hertz. You know what I'm saying? Because it's technically still new technology for consumers and it's still very, very expensive. So I would wait a little while. You know what I'm saying? Only a handful of games are even confirmed to be like that. Simulcast, good to see you. Have you played Code Vein? I have not, but I've been interested in it, to be honest. I've been looking for like a Dark Souls type of fix recently because it's been a few years since I played Dark Souls. So I might do that. But recently a subscriber actually donated for me to play Neo 2. So I'm going to go to Best Buy, go pick that up, and we're going to stream that game and have fun watching Neo die because Neo is a terrible gamer. Alrighty. Have you ever used the Nintendo Wii? Yes. The Nintendo Wii was the first console I picked up last generation. And, you know, we were talking about this in the stream last night. I really do love the Wii. I love the time that I spent with the Wii. Sure, didn't have the best graphics. It didn't get all the games out there, but there was just such a genuine pureness to the Wii, and I had a lot of fun in games. If it was up to you, would you delay Halo? Oh, absolutely. I would definitely have delayed Halo. Definitely. Halo was not looking like what it should have been, but I've done videos talking about that before. So, yeah, Halo definitely needed to delay. I definitely do think there are things going on behind the scenes in regards to what happened with 343. Okay. Let's see. I'm working my way down here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like I said, I'm a man of my word. I try to get to every single question possible. Let's see. Oh, appreciate you, E-Duck. Let's see. What community do you prefer, Xbox or PlayStation? Honestly, I prefer like-minded gamers. It doesn't really matter the community they come from. Of course, there's going to be toxic fanboys everywhere, but you got to find the good. And there's good gamers of all. It sounds so weird to say this. Like, there's good gamers of all, console blah blah blahs. Is literally just we play games. That's all it is. We don't need to overcomplicate these things. Let's see. Shaking my head saying you don't like PS4 because it's loud. That's a new low. Just say you like Xbox more and that's it. Oh my God. It's like you can't criticize something that's actually a genuine problem without people saying you sold out. I've been saying that the PS4 fans have been loud for years. But no, the second I get an Xbox, people think you selling out and you hate PlayStation. Oh, I totally hate PlayStation, with all these PlayStation games and these special editions, like freaking this is my second PS4, you know what I'm saying? Like just totally, man. Oh boy. I just never understood that, y'all. Let's see. Hello, Mr. Platnik. Good to see you. But yeah, I'm still working my way down, guys. I'm sorry. You don't need to spam the questions. It's all good. Just sit back and enjoy the show. No worries, y'all. No worries. No worries, y'all. But I appreciate thank you guys so much for all the kind comments from the Unlocked episode. Y'all are the best. Alrighty, so time to get to some controversial questions. Let's see. Do you think you're going to be buying the Xbox Series X or the PS5 first? Realistically, the PS5 I'm going to be buying first. Just because the Xbox experience, I'm pretty much still good for like the next 2 years. I just bought the One X. So I'll be getting the PS5 first, and then down the road, once the One X stops getting those games, I'm going to get the Series X. So that way I can replace it in my entertainment setup. Because I do want to have an Xbox console. Let's see. Alrighty. Keeping with the theme of controversial questions. Do you think the SJW and feminist movement will have a huge impact on the game industry, or has it already? I've spoken about this before. I've done videos in the past. I mean, it's definitely a thing. We've seen it happen in the industry. The thing you just got to do is just, if you don't agree with what they're doing, don't support it. That's basically it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need to go out here and start complaining about stuff. And also, we have to really be critical with our complaints. Just because something has a black person in it, that doesn't mean they're trying to pander. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real about life for a second. We're all grown-ass adults here, or at least I hope. Certain things I see that they do, it's not just gaming. I see it in movies and TV shows and all that stuff. I just cringe at it. But if it's something that's like genuinely affecting the story and it's not good, I'm just not going to support it, because I support actual good content. You know what I'm saying? There's a conversation to be had about actual representation. You know, representation is not a problem. Forced representation, yes, of course. But to make people, like, they just forget all that stuff and they say, no, anything that's like this, that has that, it's an agenda. Like, whenever they had, like, a female character as, like, the main protagonist, people would just go crazy saying, oh my God, it's unbelievable. And they start getting into the believability of a video game. But, oh yeah, definitely. With all these other characters before who were able to just survive, like, these... let's just whatever. Alrighty, so have you ever watched Chris Hansen? I'm Chris Hansen, Dateline NBC. Yes, I used to watch To Catch a Predator a lot. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that show, but it was a show that aired on NBC where it was just this group that went out there and they just tried to catch online predators. And this was like way before the days of like catfishing and things like that. So there was like online chat rooms and everything. That was the show that my mother and I watched religiously, like every single week it came on. We just had so much fun. It was crazy. Some of those episodes are actually still up on YouTube, and it's wild, bro. Some of them I don't think are very believable, but it's still funny. You know what I'm saying? What device would you use to get the Avengers? Well, here's the thing. The way it's running on consoles right now is looking kind of spooky. It's looking very bad. I was looking at the Digital Foundry video. They were talking like 30 frames per second. It's not even a locked 30 frames for PS4 Pro. Honestly, if I was going to get the game, I would say PC. But Spider-Man. Ugh. Like Spider-Man, bro. So... if I was going to, realistically, it's got to be the PS5 version, because you will get Spider-Man. And if the PS5 version gives me that locked 60 frames at 4K, because I know they're talking about it, they said they're going to have that mode, then I'm A-okay. But I'm not going to be getting that game at launch, so I'm all right. Will you buy PS5 for Spider-Man Miles Morales? I wouldn't buy it necessarily just for that game. I'd buy it to own the system. But I think if they come out with a very competitive price, I think that's going to sway people in. You know, realistically, I want to say it's going to be $500. I just know it. But if they can get that $450 in there, you know what I'm saying? I think maybe it might sway some folks to get it earlier. Hey, Neo, what game do you think is going to replace Halo as a launch title? I don't think Xbox is going to have a launch title, like a major one. They're just going to focus on Game Pass, backwards compatibility, and the power narrative for multiplats. So, yeah, I just think it's going to be rough. Hey, Chris, what do you think about the creators of Avatar: The Last Airbender leaving the Netflix project? Honestly, I don't think this really bodes well for the production of it. But then again, at the same time, there are always like three sides to the story. There's Netflix's side, there's the creator side, and then there's what actually happens. Yeah, there was creative differences. We understand that. I know. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt because they were the creators of the show. But when you look at a lot of the stuff that happens in the entertainment industry, I know we're always pushing for, let's get the guys who worked on the comics to work on the movie. It doesn't necessarily translate as well. Because just because you can write a show, an animated show, doesn't mean you know how to direct a live action series. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's just different levels of things you have to go, and people are going to butt heads. Given Netflix's track record, though, it does not bode well considering what happened with Death Note. But we'll just see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have already made up their minds. They don't want to see it. That's cool. That's fine. But if it comes out and it's like actually good, you got to question and speculate, well, why did they leave? What were they trying to do? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't really like picking sides in this scenario. I just let the final product speak for itself. Alrighty. What's one game franchise you would love to see as an open world game, and what's one game you would hate to see open world? Oh, David, man, this question. Well, here's the thing. I've in recent years, I've grown tired of these open world games, bro. I know it's like the new hip thing to do, but it's I just don't like it because a lot of these games, the open worlds really don't add much to the experience. I don't like that, man. It's not fun. So if I had to think of a game that I would hate going like open world, like a game like for no reason it went open world, I would say if for some ungodly reason they decided to take, you know, hold on, I'm just gonna drink water. If they decided to make Kingdom Hearts open world for no reason, you know, like Kingdom Hearts in general, if you look at a lot of the worlds, they're pretty empty for obvious reasons, you know, PS2 hardware, whatever. And then with 3, it's like the worlds were bigger, but they weren't better for being bigger. So if they ever made like an open world Kingdom Hearts game, I would just look at that like, bro, what are we doing with ourselves? Why are we doing this? Sora's got to go to freaking, you know, towers to synchronize and all this shit. I really do not like the Ubisoft formula that's permeated so many games. What's one franchise you'd love to see as an open world? Honestly, I can't think of any. I really can't, y'all. I can't think of any game I would want to say like being an open world is going to benefit it. You know what I'm saying? If they did like a Naruto game that's open world and they actually did it right where the world is actually alive and you can interact with it, then maybe. Because I like the idea of going to the different leaf, like the leaf village, and then you can go to hidden village in the sand and all that stuff. That could be interesting. But the world has to become a character. It can't just be like the biggest problem with open world games is literally the world is so big and it's literally just so you can spend more time going from mission to mission. Like that's the worst thing to do in an open world. It might as well just be linear. It might as well just be like missions you select. So I would love a Naruto open world game or a Dragon Ball open world game if it was actually done right. I'm playing Kakarot. That's all I can say. But welcome to everybody in the stream. Got to have 174 people watching. Shout out to y'all. Thank you for coming through. All right. Are you going to stream Cyberpunk when you get it? I might stream a little bit of it. But with those kind of games, I feel like I just need to get in my own brain when I play them. I don't necessarily think they're like the most fun to play on stream. I mean, you never know. We could have a lot of fun doing things like that. But I'll definitely do like a beginning stream just so for people to get the gist. But, you know, it's an RPG, so I'll be spending time doing like all the missions because CD Projekt Red and their missions are amazing. What are your thoughts on the Avengers beta after playing it? Well, that's the thing, Jamal. I actually haven't. I done goofed. I forgot that the beta was only on the weekends. So here I was on a Tuesday, and I was like, oh, I'm going to play the Avengers beta. Psych, nigga, you thought. So I didn't get a chance to, unfortunately. But I will this weekend. I'll stream it for y'all. Oh, if y'all haven't already, I've gotten back into doing some Twitch streams recently because I don't know, I kind of missed the interaction in the community on Twitch. So if y'all are interested, my Twitch channel, I'll link it right here for y'all. I'll link it right here. Just in case y'all want to follow me and do stuff. Because I'm on my path to the affiliate program. I know, like, literally, the only thing that I had to do was go ahead and stream on 8 different days or 7 different days or whatever, and I missed it. But yeah, so that's my Twitch channel. If y'all want to check it out, maybe give me a follow, and we're just going to continue doing stuff on there. But we're still going to do like the YouTube streams on here, like the Ask Neos and everything. Let's see. The Switch tax is too high. Absolutely. Stop lying on me. I ain't lying on. Am I really lying on you, Jamil? If it's true. Haha. Oh, speaking of, we're talking about freaking Switch games, Japanese games. Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne Dante DLC confirmed. So we can bring back the whole featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series meme. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, snap. And we just got a brand new patron, y'all. Shout out to the homie Neck Crusher Gaming. Shout out to you. He's the latest patron in the family. Shout out to you, brother. I love the content. Keep it real, bro. You got a new Patreon. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Oh, and we got a $5 super chat from the homie Purified Storm, a.k.a. Grant. Will the Halo Infinite beta happen in December 2019? I think you meant 2020. And will it release by March 2021? So realistically, if situations do improve, I can see them doing a beta. You know, now they were kind of stressed for time. That's why they didn't want to do a public beta, which kind of would have sucked. But now that they've delayed it, I think they do have time for a proper beta. So maybe by the end of the year, we might see it. March 2021, I don't know. Because if I'm being real, y'all, I think Halo needs a little bit more than 4 months of extra development. I would much rather it get like 6 months. But then by that point, okay, here's the question. Here's the question of the stream. What is y'all's reaction if Microsoft delays Halo Infinite an entire year? If instead of launching in fall of 2020, instead of launching in spring of 2020, they launch it in fall of 2021. Because if they're like really trying to make this the best Halo game ever and make sure it's firing on all cylinders, I wouldn't be surprised if they push it all the way to the end of the year. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm saying it's a possibility. I know it's going to be tough. And I know, given Xbox's track record, you know, with Crackdown being delayed so many times. But what do y'all think? What do y'all think? I bet Marvel Avengers will be trash in 2 weeks. I was looking at some of the impressions, and it looked spooky, bro. It didn't look like universal praise across the board. It just looked like some people like it, some people hate it, and that's it. That kind of sucks. I wish an Avengers game would just get glowing praise, but, you know. Do you think Apple will cave and Xcloud will eventually come to iOS? I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I said this on Unlocked. These are trillion-dollar companies, and eventually they come to some type of a compromise. Eventually they do. What do you think of the Rocksteady Suicide Squad game? I'm looking forward to it. I really hope it's not a games as a service title. I don't mind it having multiplayer. I just wanted to have a nice single-player focused narrative. Have you tried out Xcloud? Yes, I actually have. I tried it out yesterday. So I don't know if y'all are aware, but Xcloud, if you are, I guess, a member of Game Pass Ultimate, it's available to try out right now. So you can go ahead, grab your controller. I actually used my DualShock 4 controller and synced it with my phone to play on Xcloud. It was so weird playing Ori and the Blind Forest with a PS4 controller. But you can play games like that. I played Devil May Cry. I tried out Gears of War. It's interesting. I mean, it's definitely still in beta. But I can see this if they really fine-tune it and they perfect it. Because, you know, I think eventually they said they're going to be using better consoles to stream it off of. Because right now they're just using the Xbox One S. It'll be much better long-term. But it was actually pretty solid. I mean, you can tell, obviously, there is latency. And I was playing literally right next to the router. So I was in, like, peak optimal conditions. But it was an interesting way to play. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think it would ever become my primary way of playing, but options exist. I want to give a halfway through the stream shout out to all of the amazing mods here doing God's work. Thank y'all so much for that. Shout out to Fosting, shout out to Game Inspection, shout out to Danix, and shout out to all of y'all in general. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel and watching. We got 173 people. We going strong. Hit that like button if you're supporting the stream. All right. Cuphead wouldn't exist if Microsoft didn't fund it. Exactly, yeah. Have you tried Fall Guys? Yes, I have. I actually just tried out Fall Guys today, y'all. I was on Twitch streaming it, and yo, we had a freaking blast playing that. That game is absolutely hilarious. I had so much fun with it. I can't wait for that game to come to Xbox and Switch, because y'all, if you don't have a PlayStation or a PC, oh boy, that game is just a trip. And it humbles you. It really does, because you're thinking you were going in there like, you know, look at this kitty shit, man. I'm good with this. And that game is just like, nah, fam, you're going to get whacked and kicked off this freaking platform. It's so much fun. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me a lot of Mario Party. Except, you know, it actually functions online. I think the biggest L of this generation for Nintendo is the fact that they literally have a console that can connect to the internet, and they put out a mediocre Mario Party game. I can't believe that, y'all. Out of all games that would be perfect for online, you screw up Mario Party. Do you think that the upcoming Xbox will be given a lot of crap from gamers due to how Microsoft dropped the ball? Well, of course, they're always going to give Microsoft flack for this. I mean, there's still people who give Sony flack for the PS3 launch and all that. But, with time, people will just get over those things. And then once they see the good stuff, they got to start giving credit where credit is due, So I don't really mind that. Why are you so cool? No, Core. Why are you so cool? Why are all of y'all so cool? Core. I meshed cool and core, and it came up with core. Craig. Shout out to Craig. Craig is love. Craig is life. Oh, let's see. Okay, see, this just goes to show you where I'm at right now in the stream. I'm at the point where we're talking about where we're coming from. All right, Bahamas, South Carolina, Ireland, Rochester, Maryland, Houston, Texas, Toronto, San Diego, Colorado, Belgium, America. In America. Brooklyn, Arizona, San Jose, Colombia. Shout out to you, bro. No, shout out to you. Colombian women, some of the most beautiful on the face of the planet Earth. I really liked your episode on Podcast Unlocked. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much for the support, man. Do you think Xbox should focus on sales in Europe and Asia? Honestly, yeah. I mean, especially Europe, because they've really lost the footing in Europe. If you compare what they were at with the Xbox 360 to now, Xbox really has only succeeded in I love this line. In America. It's only really exceeded there this generation. If you look at Europe and just Japan, and not so much. So, yeah, I would love for them to focus more on that. But it's going to take time. It's really going to take time. It's tough launching a console there, man. It really is. Let's see. I honestly can't even imagine 120 frame per second games. 60 was a benchmark we never got for a majority of games. Yeah, 120 frame games, that's really only something if you've ever gamed on PC consistently, because, frame rates up here are just crazy. So when you play a game on PC that's like 1440p, 120 FPS, it is hard to go back to even 60. But the thing is, 60 frames per second, as far as it's concerned to consoles, we know the reason why we'll never get 60 across the board. Because these developers are pushing visuals over the performance. They craft their whole games around 30 frames. It's not as simple as them just having a 30 frames per second mode and 60 frames per second mode. They have to legit make different modes. So I get it. I mean, as much as I would love playing 60 across the board, that's just literally something that you have to invest in a PC for. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the 120 hertz talk right now. Yeah, there's only 13 4K TVs with all the features to do all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's just not there yet. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like when 4K TVs first came out, I knew not to buy them because I knew that the technology there was going to keep evolving as the years progressed. And I'm glad I waited because, I got a good 4K TV at a good price and it's got good features. Like, could you imagine buying a 4K TV and then a year later there's a 4K TV with like HDR and all that stuff? I'd be upset. What graphics card do you run? I have an AMD 5700 XT. Oh, we got a $5 super chat from the homie Game Inspection. Thank you for supporting the channel, brother. Gamescom in 2 weeks. Sega's going to be there. Hopefully Persona 5 Scramble localization and Nocturne remaster. Also, do you think SMT5 will outsell Persona 5? So, any port from Atlas, any news from Atlas in terms of games coming over, in my opinion, is a W. I would love to see those games get release dates. And the fact that, like, we're hearing more and more about localization sooner by compared to before, man, I remember there were years where we didn't even hear nothing. That's a good thing. SMT5 launching worldwide simultaneously. I don't think people understand the gravity of that move. That's amazing. But outselling Persona 5? I mean, Jamil, you know me, bro. We tell like it is, man. We tell like it is when it comes down to these things. It's coming out on the Switch, all right? Switch gamers, while they support a lot of things, I don't be seeing them supporting JRPGs like that. You know what I'm saying? Bayonetta, the sales for Bayonetta weren't that great on the Switch. Looking at the sales for some of the other games, it's like they sell, but they ain't selling like crazy, especially with the install base. They always say that install base with PlayStation and Xbox. So, outselling Persona 5. What is Persona 5 at? Like close to 3 million, maybe around that. SMT5, in order for it to do that, bro, I'm talking like it's legit got to explode in popularity. I'm talking like everybody from all walks of life is going to be able to enjoy it. Like, you could feel the aura with Persona 5's original release. You could feel that, and you can tell like, yo, this game it might blow up. Because with Persona 5, since everybody had been hearing about that for so many years, like the Persona series, now they had the opportunity to get it on the PS4. SMT5, if it's like a classic SMT game, I think the difficulty is going to alienate a lot of people. But we'll see. You never know. Like I said, stranger things have happened in this gaming industry. Like, I never thought I would see Yakuza on Xbox, yet here we are. Y'all tripping, the Soulja Boy console is the best. I need to try that. I'm a new sub. I can't believe YouTube promoted you. My question, how much will the memory cards be for the Xbox Series X? I came up on a good deal with the Series X, and I'm getting it for $80 off. Well, thank you for that, Chico. Appreciate you checking in the channel. As far as the memory cards are concerned, I've heard some things about them, but I don't think they're going to be cheap. It is proprietary memory, and I know Microsoft, they're trying their best to be very consumer friendly on things, but I think we might be paying a little bit extra for those cards. I do like the idea of the cards. It's so simple. You just plug it into the back of the console. That's awesome. But I think they're going to be pricey for a little while. But again, we'll see. I always have to end off my sentences with that so it doesn't seem like I'm saying a definitive statement. Y'all know what I'm saying? I know what I'm saying. Alrighty. Another $10 super chat from the homie Purified Storm. Thank you for supporting the channel, Grant. My best friend Mike is returning to Xbox after 7 years of PS4, just like you. I'm giving him my One X, 2 controllers, and Halo 5. He's returning for Game Pass, the exclusive studios, and great consumer features. Well, that's great, man. I mean, like I always say, people, they can have epiphanies and they can wake up and they can say like, oh, I enjoy this system. I never thought I would. And they can have fun with that. That's awesome. For him to get a taste of Xbox, you being a good friend and giving him the system. Cause I know you're getting the Series X day one. So you're just like, yeah, I'll wait a bit. We'll just see what happens. You know what I'm saying? We'll just see what happens with the future. It's going to be fun. Every new generation of consoles is always fun. And like I always say, you should want both of these companies to be firing on all cylinders because that just benefits us as gamers, So we got to keep pushing Microsoft and we got to keep pushing Sony, How long do you expect AAA games to be sustainable on Game Pass? Honestly, I don't have an answer for that, none ya business. I like that name. I really don't because it just all depends on how much this gamble from Microsoft is going to pay off. Because if they start getting a lot of the subscriber numbers that they want and it's becoming profitable, then yeah, by all means, they're going to continue it. But you got to start thinking about how much money are they pumping into some of these games? You know what I'm saying? If there's smaller scale titles like Grounded, I can see that being profitable, but what about some of the other games that we expect, like Fable? Fable, we know is going to be a big budget game, but are they going to have more of those games, or are they just going to scale back the budget so they can put it on Game Pass? I'm not so sure. But then again, you look at a service like Netflix. Netflix is spending a hell of a lot of money on some of these shows, way too much money on some of these shows, and Netflix, even though they are in massive debt, they're still killing it with the subscriptions. So we'll see. The thing is, like, I don't get paid to really worry about how sustainable a service like Game Pass or PlayStation Now is going to be for a company. I don't. So I'm just going to enjoy it as much as I can as a consumer. Hey, Chris, what's going on, bro? Oh, people asking about the whole Tim Schafer situation. Oh yeah, there's just a lot of stuff that Tim Schafer has done in the past before that I'm not necessarily really a fan of. I'll probably talk about that at some point later. Do you want Mega Man Battle Network on the Switch? Oh yes, I would love Mega Man Battle Network. Period, man. It's been so long since we've played that series. So long. I would love a lot of games on Switch, man. Why hate a specific console when you can play all three and love them? Exactly, Zangetsu. Even if you don't even care about one console over the other, just give credit where credit is due all around, you know? Let's see. With all the info of stuff right now, if you had to choose only one next-gen console, what would it be? Well, this is actually one of the first questions I answered. And with all the information right now, I would have to say the PlayStation 5. Just because of my roots being a person who loves Japanese video games, PlayStation gets all of them. So it would be PlayStation 5. Do you have any love for the PS3? Yes, I do. I actually really enjoy the PS3. Maybe not as much as Xbox in terms of usability, like how easy it was to start party chats and things like that. Xbox definitely killed it last generation. But PlayStation 3 had so many underrated gems, so many titles, man. Like games like 3D Game Heroes, Folklore. Do y'all remember Folklore? One of the very first PS3 JRPGs. It had a lot of interesting games. Game library wise, would I say it's better than PS4? Well, there's a lot of games that I enjoy on PS3 that aren't on PS4, so I would say sure, yeah, but the PS4 has given me a lot of great games that were never on PS3 in terms of like developers and publishers at the time didn't even want to make those kind of games. So I feel like every generation has its props. Have you played Hyperscape yet? No, I haven't, but it looks fun. Hey Neo, should Steam be available on consoles? In my opinion, Xbox is probably more likely to get it. I don't know. I don't think Valve really cares that much about incorporating Steam on consoles. Like, they had Steam integration with the PlayStation 3 version of Portal 2. And that was cool. You know, if you bought it on PS3, I think you got it on PC. There was cross-play, cross-save. That was awesome, but I don't think either one of these companies really wants to have another company's storefront on their system. And then when you start getting into like a power struggle of certain things, that's where things start to become a problem. But, you know, I wouldn't mind Valve releasing more games on there. You know, like I wouldn't mind that. That would be really cool. Just subscribed. Hello from Dallas, Texas. Hello, the Texas man. And I think you've got Pikachu in your avatar. Hello to you. Hello to you. And then a $5 super chat from Purified Storm. Congratulations on being on the Xbox Podcast Unlocked. You've reached Super Saiyan God levels. Oh, thank you for that, bro. It's not Super Saiyan God yet. I'm working my way up there, but thank you, Grant. $2 super chat from Roosevelt 716-112. So Dante back in SMT3. Here's hoping Ruben is back too. I believe so. I think he's going to make an appearance again. Let's see. Like I said, y'all, I'm trying my best to answer these questions. Bear with me. Shout out to the 185 people watching. Did you ever play Kingdom Come Deliverance? I didn't get a chance to. I wanted to play it on Game Pass, but there were so many RPGs I was playing that I never did. But I've heard good things about it. What game character would you want as a roommate? Who would you definitely not want as a roommate? Oh, David Fonseca is asking some really good questions. All right, so what character would I want as a roommate? As a roommate. So for me, what I look for in a roommate, I just look for somebody who, first off, is going to be clean, you know? Someone who's going to pay their bills on time. And someone who's just overall chill. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily need to vibe with you on everything, but provided that you just, like, adhere to, like, the roommate duties. You know what I'm saying? You know, don't violate any rules. Respect my space, I respect yours. Then I'm okay with it. So who would I want to have as a roommate? That's a really good question. I'm tempted to say somebody from GTA, but I know shit don't go left with that game, bro. Like I was just thinking like, yo, like what if I was a roommate with Trevor and I was just like, oh shit, that is gonna be terrible, man. So I say as a roommate, I probably wouldn't want to have a GTA character just because of the shit that we get into. Let's see. What are your top 3 Wii games off the top of your head? Top 3, Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. Those were so much fun. I loved Boom Blocks. Super Mario. I love a lot of Wii games. Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Those are great. I liked Skyward Sword. I don't care what anybody says. The Naruto games on the Wii were cool. What else? What's that game? Muramasa the Demon Blade. I don't know if y'all ever played that, but that was fun. I played through Hellblade. Hellblade is awesome. I'm very interested to see how they're going to actually like craft a full-on sequel out of it, you know? Because I felt like that was like a nice open and shut story. I mean, there were some strands of places where you could go, but realistically, I'm like, I don't know. It felt like a nice one-off thing. But we'll see, we'll see. He says, you mean Prime Gaming, sir. Yeah. If an opportunity presented itself with one of the gaming websites like IGN or Kotaku, would you consider taking the position, and do you think it would jeopardize your journalistic integrity? I mean, as much as like I would appreciate the offer, I think I'm probably going to stick with what I've got now. Because I like this, you know what I'm saying? I like the fact that I don't really answer to anybody. I like how I can run the show my way, say what I want, do what I want without having to like toe the line on certain things. I mean, there's a lot of good websites out there that I wouldn't mind collaborating with, but to be a person that's full-on representative of what the website entails, I think I would just have to pass on that, you know? Let's see. Okay, so Edmon, his there you go. His Discord thing just popped up. I'm not sure why. It says you do not have the privilege. Okay, I am going to add you to that. Hold on one second. I got you, bro. I got you. I don't know. I have to adjust the server settings, I guess. I got you right now, Edmon. Let's see. See, let's adjust this. Sorry about this, people. I'm just adjusting something on Discord. Okay, it should be good now. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not allowing that. It's strange. I'm going to forward this to Gabe. Gabe is the Discord manager, so he probably knows about this better than I do as far as why something is screwing up. Shoot. Yeah, I'm gonna forward this to Gabe. He'll be able to take care of this. I'm not sure why. Of course, it would derp out on me during the stream. Yeah, I'm gonna forward this to Gabe and he'll take care of it. All right. Let's see. Do you think 343 should work on a new IP? I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I don't really like the idea of like one franchise studios. I would love for more studios to experiment and do different things, because I think, you know, at some point, even though they love these franchises, they can experiment and do different stuff, which is why I like Playground Games doing Fable. That's something out of their comfort zone. That's different, and who knows, it could end up being the best Fable game ever. So, we'll see. Have you played any of the Dragon Quest games? Of course, man. Dragon Quest is one of my all-time faves. Sadness and sorrows. I'm dead. Alrighty. Let's see. Shout out to all the mods. Shout out to Fosting. Shout out to Danik. Shout out to all of y'all for doing such an amazing job. Shout out to everybody. I appreciate everyone who's watching. Y'all the best. Alrighty. So we have a $5 super chat from Grant. Does it matter if the Series X won't launch with Halo? The 360 and Xbox One didn't launch with Halo. Will the Xbox have more launch exclusives revealed before November? So the last part, realistically, I don't think so, because if they would have talked about those games, they would have talked about them, you know? I don't think Halo is necessarily going to kill the Series X like some people are saying. But for some people, they have lost incentive to buy it immediately. But if like, let's just say realistically, Halo Infinite comes out within the first 4 months of the launch of the Series X, those same people are probably still going to buy the console. So I don't know if it's really that, you know, like that much of an issue. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I forwarded it to Gabe, so he's going to take care of the Discord situation. I have no idea, because I just fixed it. I just fixed it for one person, and it just didn't. Hey, what's up, Atlanta? How you doing, bro? I'm sorry, Burnt Easy. That's your name. Oh, snap. Asbel coming in with the juicy $49.99 super chat. Hey, yo, here's monies. Well, appreciate you, Asbel. Of course, Asbel always supporting the channel. He making sure we out here thriving. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you've been doing well, man. It's been a while. By a while, I mean like maybe a day or so. I got it. Hold on. I need some sound clips. I need to get like a sound deck to play stuff. So I'm literally just going to play this. Because y'all know it's the most cliche thing to play, but, you know, I'm going to play it. Here we go. Before I get copyrighted.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money.
Yo, shout out to the homie Asbel. And I'm just going to shut that off right there before we get copyrighted. But shout out to the homie Asbel. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna keep calling you Atlanta, bro. That's your name. Oh, God. All right, so I saw a really good question here from a Sleepy Cactus. What are some red flags in a romantic prospect? Okay, so just letting y'all know, this stream, while we do talk a lot about video games, we also get involved in, like, real life stuff. And I like to speak my piece on certain particular topics of things. So I know, like, y'all might just like this for gaming, but we talk about everything here. So Cactus wants to know, what are some red flags in a romantic relationship? Well, it's going to be very much so dependent on what you deem a problem in a relationship. It's very important. You know, your personal experiences are paramount. So some of the stuff that you value and you've gone through might be very different by me by comparison. But I think on some level, there's just some general rules that exist when it comes down to, like, red flags being a thing. So, I can only speak from my personal experiences. So I'm not just saying this is universal across the board, but, in past relationships that I've had, one of the biggest red flags that existed was insecurities with your significant other as it pertains to time being spent apart. And what do I mean by that? Well, one thing y'all gotta realize, especially as you're getting older, I know we have a couple of viewers who are younger. When you are in like your mid-20s, going into your late 20s, for most people, you're going to be, out there grinding. You're going to be doing what you got to do, whether you're finishing up school, grad school, you're working on your business, you've got your own like job going on already. Your time is going to be limited to do a lot of things. So when you get involved in a relationship, it's very easy to basically think that your significant other is your life and this is your well-being. Don't view it like that. Do not, those people are in your life, to better it. Yes. But you got to realize that this is still your life at the end of the day. You still got to do the shit you got to do. So one of the red flags that I had in a relationship was she didn't understand that, just because I wasn't spending time with her, that didn't mean I didn't care. Because, when you've got, like, for example, last year I was working, 2 jobs, I was working a lot of hours. I was, saving a lot of money, doing what I got to do. And, just there were some times where, I didn't have time to hang out because I had to focus on, not only the jobs, but, I do work out, I take some time. I do the YouTube stuff as well. Like there's only so many hours in a day. And, even though I was providing her with a lot of time, like realistically, people got to realize that sometimes there are going to be situations where you don't see them for a while. You know what I'm saying? And that was like one of the things that drove a wedge in the relationship. Just thinking that, oh, you're not prioritizing me. It's like, no, I am prioritizing me, but realize I have a bunch of other shit that's going on. And it's not like I'm out here blowing you off for no reason. It's not like I'm out here cheating on you because, I don't do that shit. But stuff like that, I don't like the insecurities and, just people just saying, oh, where you at? Just texting your phone, who you talking to? And then at the same time, when you try to pull that stuff, they'd be like, no, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So, don't sacrifice your me time. Do not sacrifice literally you just coming to this stream and just hanging out and having fun. Don't sacrifice you just chilling and wanting to play a game. Don't sacrifice what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be, them coming into your life to better things. Like you have your fun together, but realize like if that relationship ever ends, you still got to wake up and do what you got to do. You still got to go out there and grind. You still got to do what you got to do. So yeah, that was the biggest red flag for me. Other stuff that I can count that are going to be a potential problem, because they all do stem from major insecurities, just like really, like if they're disrespecting you, gaslighting you on a constant basis, and just like saying things that really do demean you and who you are. Oh, hey, Avanti, what's going on, brother? Things like that, I'm not necessarily a fan of. And there's just too much of that nonsense going around. If people aren't honest with what they want, because here's the thing, hookup culture is very much so a thing. This is what it is all about, this era of being promiscuous. I'm all okay with that. Cool. But y'all got to define it. You can't just be out here wanting to be a hoe and then you want to settle down at the same time. That shit, they're counterintuitive. You know what I'm saying? You got to focus on one. So yeah, if they just start like, and here's something my boy Rob actually stressed to me. The older you get, that little gut feeling you have, it goes from being your own personal insecurities to something that's actually the truth. So if you start suspecting certain things and you're like, you've been through the shits you've been living life, unfortunately, and I had to learn this the hard way, it's probably true. So yeah, you just get better. You just get better at it as you deal with stuff. And just like you asking those questions, those are the questions to ask. Talking to people who have been through stuff and things like that. But here's one thing I want to stress, and I know someone's probably gonna clip this, and they're gonna laugh about stuff. But to me, it's like, yo, there's way too much pussy out here for you to be worrying about just one. You know what I'm saying? So if you think she be doing something, move the fuck on. And same thing for girls who are watching this stream too. If you think this guy's doing something, move the fuck on, man. It's terrible that it is hard out here, Atlanta. It sucks. But just keep it moving. Keep it moving, y'all. That's all it is. That's all it is, y'all. Just don't be dwelling on this stuff. And I'm seeing some people in the chat are disrespecting Knack. Don't y'all disrespect Knack. Knack is game of the year every single year. Y'all wish you could be on some Knack. Like, if Knack 3 does not get announced, I might boycott the PS5. Because this ain't all right. Also, don't get a girl that looks down on gaming. Oh, that's another thing, right? You know, if they start questioning your hobbies and what you're doing. What some of these people don't understand is that, like, provided you're doing what you got to do, you're going to work, you're making your money, you're paying your bills. If a nigga want to play the game, let him play the game. You know what I'm saying? If he's giving you the time of day and he just wants to zone out playing Call of Duty Warzone or play Persona or whatever, let him do it. Don't question it. You know, it's a different conversation if he ain't doing nothing. If he a bum and he's just playing games and yada, yada, yada. That's a different conversation entirely. But, yo, there's people getting killed on the street. There's people out there who are just, I'm going to be honest now. You would rather this man be out there potentially dropping some dick off in another house. You would rather him be fake busy than knowing that he in the living room right there playing Call of Duty, breaking his control over Dark Souls. You know, playing Fall Guys and wondering why the hell all these people are jumping all over me. This ain't right. So it's just, man, man, that shit right there. Just, it's like whenever I hear someone ever look down on a person for gaming, like provided that person is not literally like gaming to the point where they can't function in life, I'm all right with it. Bug Snacks will be the Knack of PS5. No, it will not. I respectively disagree, Randy. I'm sorry, but there is only one Knack. There's only one Knack. And when is Knack going to come back? Knack 3 PS5 8K 120 frames per second? Why 120 frames per second? Why stop there? Let's go. Let's aim for 300 frames per second. Let's do it. Guys, we gotta push for this shit. I want y'all. I'll tweet at Mark Cerny. Where's Knack 3? Where is Knack 3, y'all? How come they haven't shown any gameplay running off the Series X? I have no idea. I really don't, man. That's some spooky stuff. No, listen, I know y'all are excited about Bug Snacks, okay, but do not come in here and compare that to Knack. Like, Knack 2 saved gaming. Like, I don't think y'all ever realized that there were people who were writing stories about how influential Knack 2 was. Don't even, like, nah, fam. Knack is perfection. I wish I might go ahead and make this a Knack shrine. How would y'all feel if I pull up onto YouTube scene and I have like Knack? Did they ever release a special edition for Knack? I'm curious. All right, but yeah. I'm seeing some people are responding to this. Someone had a really good comment talking about their wife. Where is it? I just lost it. Where did it go? We're all talking about Knack in 120 frames per second. Oh. I had some guys look down on me for being a gamer, said it's a guy thing. I'm like, boy, bye. Yo, Bree, you tell him. You tell him, Bree. Like, I have some people coming in here saying, I'm surprised girls play video game. I'm like, nigga, what? Come on now. That gatekeeping shit need to stop. Where's that comment? I just saw it. It was really good. Never heard of Knack. Yo, y'all need to know about Knack. It's at 69%. Nice. Knack 2 saved my life. I don't know. I know there's a lot of people watching like, what are y'all talking about, Knack? You kind of had to be there to experience it. The first Knack, a game where it jumps and you go into a cutscene to jump. Hello, Pentagon. My wife doesn't care that I game or watch anime. She's cool. The only game she plays is The Sim. Yeah, honestly, Arson, what it comes down to, brother, is you don't need someone who I see this a lot from a lot of like younger male gamers. They want someone who's like into everything they're into. You don't. You just need someone who has an understanding and an acceptance of it. Like there were times in relationships where, my significant other, they were really into like, cliche, all the makeup stuff and all this and all that. I didn't really care much about it, but, I supported them in their endeavors and what they were all about. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Hey, Maddie, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Mike? My wife is next to me right now playing Animal Crossing as I watch the Q&A. Hey, shout out to all the married couples in here supporting gaming. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Are you a fan of Alex Ross? Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, he's one of the greats. All-time greats. And he's a prime example of literally, don't let your dreams be dreams. Because if you look at like some of his old school Superman drawings to the stuff he drew in his prime, woo, beautiful. Y'all don't want a girl gamer. She's going to be expensive, bro, and hog your console's PC. No, she's not. That's why she has her own. That's what I'm talking about. Because I be seeing like some of the girl gamers out there in the communities, they be having their own Vitas and Switches and PlayStations and gaming PCs. Like, the only thing that would benefit us is we would just game share. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the married people. That's right, Danix. And shout out to everybody watching. I know I say this every couple of minutes, but we got 200 people watching. Shout out to y'all. If you're enjoying the stream, hit that like button. I will appreciate that. They probably got pissed when I whooped them in 2K. Oh, the worst thing is when you whoop somebody's ass and they legit just got to like deal with it in public. You know what I'm saying? That's the worst thing, Bree. But you keep on doing you, Bree. Shout out to Bree. Oh, take it easy, TGK. 2. I don't know what happened to the first one. You kill him. You have a good one, brother. Thank you for coming to the stream. So Danix, Fostings, all of y'all, you can, I mean, y'all are doing God's work right now with the modding, but you can slow down on all of the you know, the reminders and things like that. Y'all can take a break. It's all good. It's all good, y'all. Enjoy the stream, enjoy yourselves. But thank you. See, y'all are amazing mods, but I'm just like, you good. The wife and I played Hellblade for 9 hours together yesterday. Oh, that's what's up. Shout out to all the married couples in gaming. I'll get there eventually, y'all. I'll get there eventually. I'm just enjoying the single life, man. Just enjoying the single life. You good? I'm over here eating. Oh, you eating good, Fostings? What you eating for dinner, brother? What you eating? Do you like Xbox really? I like Xbox enough that I bought a $200 controller. And I play it every day. So, you know, I guess I do. Just watched you on IGN. What's up, man? Oh, what's up with you, Marcus? Thank you for the support. I appreciate it, brother. Knack for Smash. He'd be the most overpowered character out there, man. Were you nervous on IGN's podcast? I was a little bit because is IGN. It's one of the world's biggest gaming websites. But, you know, I've been doing this YouTube stuff for so long that I was just like, all I can be is me. You know what I'm saying? I will say this, though. It was awkward just having the camera on during the podcast and just having to stare at it like this. That was like literally the most awkward thing for me because I'm literally just like doing this. Could you just imagine that? Just like me staring into your soul like this for an hour. Terrifying. Vinland Saga final episodes when? They will be going live tomorrow, in fact, as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record my reactions to the episodes. And because you, because you like requested it, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have the episodes like, I'm going to have to upload it to like I guess a file sharing site because I want to have it like picture in picture so you can see it along the way and you can watch it. But yeah, I wanted to do that specifically for you because you requested I watch it. So I'm going to have my camera recording and I'll have the footage of the show and then it'll be perfectly synced up. Staring at your soul, telling you to play Persona 4 on PC. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. I was on, for those watching, I was on the IGN podcast Unlocked yesterday. I'll go ahead and I'll link it right here. Mods, don't do nothing. Y'all take a break. Y'all relax. Enjoy yourself because y'all was doing God's work. But yeah, I'll link it to y'all right now. Is it going to play right now? Oh, it's playing right now. Here it is. But yeah, here's the link to the IGN podcast. Here's the link to the IGN podcast if y'all want to check it out. Oh, snap. We have a 1999 super chat from the homie Daniel Pack. Shout out to the homie. Most anticipated game that's been announced. Well, right now I'm just focusing on games that are coming out with like the next couple of months because those are the ones that have like confirmed release dates. So I would say Cyberpunk. But if we're thinking about stuff like years down the road, the Fable game, like I have high expectations for that. Avowed, Horizon 2, whatever the next project is from, the Persona guys. Just a lot of those games. The Kenna game looked very interesting. So I'll probably check that out. Whatever Nintendo's working on. We don't even know. We don't even have release dates for... Oh, guys, it's been almost 3 years. It's been almost 3 years and we haven't seen Bayonetta 3. I want to cry inside. We're probably going to get a Sea of Thieves 2 before we get Bayonetta 3. Kiryu versus Majima. Oh, man. I got to go with my main man, Kiryu, bro. The Dragon of Dojima. But Majima, I don't want to mess with Majima. I do not want to be caught with Majima anywhere in this world at all time. Unless this is Yakuza 0 appearance. Because I loved his Yakuza 0 Majima. That's my favorite Majima. I know, sacrilegious, I know. We need to play more Sea of Thieves. Yes, we do, Atlanta. That's what we need to do at some point. But it's just because I'm back at work right now at both of my jobs and just trying to run the YouTube stuff and everything. It's hard to find the time, but we will, my friend. Excuse me, we will. Speaking of which, have you gone back to school yet, Atlanta? Because I know school's opened up there. Hey, what's going on, Marco Antonio? How you doing, man? Love from Brazil. You play on a TV, a monitor? What's best for gaming in general? I want to get a 4K TV for the Series X. Appreciate you checking out the channel, bro. I know this is the second time you posted it, so I'm sorry it took me a while to get to it. But primarily when I'm gaming, I play on a TV because that's what's in my entertainment setup. But I would say, though, if you were getting into like competitive gaming, monitors are going to be the best because of the really, really low response time. Refresh rates are easier to get on monitors, like the higher refresh rates, like 120 plus hertz. And, just like when you're at a computer setup, it's easier to have a monitor here than like a 50-inch 4K TV. So I would definitely say monitors. Monitors all the way. So if you're going to buy a new TV, it depends though, because if you haven't bought one already, maybe look into your budget, because you could go ahead and get one of those 120 hertz ones, that are like $1,000 plus, or you can get yourself a nice like 4K TV with all the bells and whistles for under $1,000, and they'll be good long term. It just comes down to if you really care about 120 hertz. Do you think the Series X will get an all access type of thing? Yeah, Funko. I believe Microsoft is going to be pushing that going forward long term into the next generation because, it's just such a really good program. I mean, that's what got me back into Xbox. Like, for those wondering, like, I'm part of the Xbox All Access program, which is like you pay monthly $25, you get the Xbox console, 2 years of a Game Pass Ultimate. It's great. You know what I'm saying? And if you just pay it off monthly, there's no interest attached to it. So it literally comes to around the same price you would be playing anyway. So it's awesome. So if they can incorporate that into other countries, which I think they said they were going to do, who knows? It could get a lot more people in there. So Neo, what's your opinion on Sony reportedly buying Crunchyroll? Yeah. So Danix shared this with me earlier today. So believe it or not, y'all, Sony is heavily interested in acquiring Crunchyroll, which is absolutely insane because, as y'all know, they purchased Funimation. I want to say it was 2 years back. And, that just had people questioning, like, yo, what is going on? And now for them to go ahead and buy Crunchyroll, having both of those under one banner, I don't know how I feel about that. If you talk about it from Sony trying to get involved in the anime world of things, potentially that could be a good thing, depending on if they're going to fund more budgets into it. But at the same time, I feel like Crunchyroll was doing okay operating as its own entity. Well, I mean, as much as you can, even though they were owned by AT&T. But I don't know. If Sony just buys them and they just lets them do their own thing, that's fine. But maybe this means if it causes more licensing issues, like licensing stuff to other places overseas, I could see some issues happening from there. But we'll just have to see. Like I said, anything can happen. Got a code for the Avengers beta? I'm downloading it right now. Oh, snap, Maddie. Have fun. I mean, it comes out this weekend, though, so we'll have to wait a little bit. Ip Man, have you seen it? What are your thoughts? The Ip Man series is amazing. Ip Man 1 and 2 are my personal faves. Ah, okay, I got you, Atlanta. Well, if anything, Atlanta, stay safe over there, bro. Stay safe, man. And you got a job recently? Okay. This man, he's like, yo, I'm getting that Series X on launch. Oh man. There's a lot of overseas issues with Funimation. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, Gabe. Shout out to Gabe. It's just licensing is really hard, especially when you work with so many different companies. And you have so many different companies that license it out to smaller companies. It's crazy. Absolutely insane. Yes, Ori and the Will of the Wisps is amazing. Bro, what can I eat to get some extra energy before I work out? So it depends. Like, are you like, is it a problem if you like wake up first thing in the morning and you have no energy to work out? Honestly, I think if it's an energy problem where you're tired all the time, you might have to look into some other things in your life, maybe external sources like stress that could play a role. Make sure you're getting a lot of good sleep. Make sure you're eating. But if you want like extra energy, you know, caffeine, of course, you know, just get a nice cup of black coffee. If you want to invest in pre-workouts, good pre-workouts, that is an option for you to do. But yeah, just make sure you're monitoring your stress and recovery. I think that's more important than just the caffeine. Do you appear offline on Xbox? I never see you on. Oh, no, I'm always online, Atlanta. I'm always online. Maybe we're just online at different times. That might be it. Hey, what's going on, Suna? Good to see you, brother. Hope all is well. Pray for our boy. I've been fighting a fungal infection. Oh, you better kick that thing's ass, bro. Oh, man, we got to keep seeing you at the stream. Do you think PlayStation was celebrating Xcloud being blocked and when Halo got delayed? I don't think so. I really don't. You know, because these companies, like, regardless, they're just going to do what they do. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think PlayStation was celebrating when they did the whole used games announcement. Oh, they were definitely like, yeah, we got these fuckers. We got them. That was, I think, the only time where it was like really like, oh, we got y'all. Hey, love from France. I have a small question. I play Warzone on Xbox and it's linked to my Activision account. If I switch to PS4, will I keep my progress and purchases? Well, greetings from France. Johnny, I'm sorry if I butcher that. I actually don't really play Warzone that much to know if your account progress will carry over to different platforms. I would hope so, but anyone here who plays Warzone, maybe you can help him out. If you're playing it across multiple platforms, is the only thing that's constant is your Activision account? Like, does all the things carry over, or it's only applicable to that one platform you play on? And if it's on another system, too bad, so sad. What is it like? Quarantine just ended, no virus. I'm finally cleared to go back to work. Oh, that's good, Stanky Nerds. But remember to stay safe, brother. You better stay masked up. That's right, folks. Things. Let them know. It transfers if you use your Activision account. So everyone is saying that it can transfer over except for the COD points. So things like that are going to remain on that platform. Okay. Awesome. I appreciate y'all helping out. This is what the community is all about. Thank you, guys. What do you think about Sony trying to buy third-party games to keep them on Xbox? I mean, if they out there securing like Final Fantasy 16 and Devil May Cry 6 and all that, that's going to be some ballsy shit. But realistically, though, I don't know if they'd be full exclusive. I think they might just be like timed exclusive, like Final Fantasy 7 Remake, you know? I think Sony, they actually benefit from having something timed exclusive. I mean, they benefit from the game in general being on their system, but knowing that they have like the Final Fantasy 7 Remake for a whole year on their console, knowing that, you know, like the time it comes out on Xbox and PC, people, sure, they'll buy it, but, you know, there's already been a lot of people who are like, yep, I'll buy a PlayStation for this. Hey, Neo. Hey, Zach. Been recently collecting from the OG Xbox. I'm highly convinced it was the best console during the 6th generation. Oh, the OG Xbox was great, man. Like, in terms of the power and what it was able to do, that thing was a beast. Game library wise, I think I preferred the other platforms a little bit more, but it had a lot of games that just couldn't be done on the PS2. It had the best versions of games. I mean, just KOTOR, you know what I'm saying? Ninja Gaiden. So it was cool. Like, it kind of sucks that it didn't really get the recognition it deserved, but for an American company to launch their first console and for it to, I believe it outsold the GameCube. That's very surprising because the GameCube, I know, was priced dirt cheap when it came out. Do you think Microsoft will acquire WB Games? Well, here's the thing. I don't think Microsoft will acquire WB Games unless they get all those licenses, because I think WB Games, they only have the license because they get it from DC. So I don't necessarily think that if they buy them, they'll get the license. They'll probably just get the studios, which, I mean, would be cool, like, for them to create more games, different games, but I know everyone's saying they should buy them because of Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally just because of Batman. Oh, no worries about that. I stream all the time, so it's all good. The King. Oh, wait, hold on a second. The King. Is that King Master Review? Hold on a second. Because I remember you changed your YouTube name, bro. Let me see if that thumbnail matches up. Hold on. Let me see. If that's the homie King Master Review. I think it is. Does that icon match up? Yes, it is. Yo. KMR, what's good, brother? How you been? Long time no see, man. Hope you're doing well. I hate that name. Hey, man, listen. I knew you back when you were called King Master Review, bro. I'm sorry. It sticks with me. I totally get why, though. I get it, bro. But, yeah, to answer your question, man, what do I think of The Last of Us 2? I'm playing it right now. I'm waiting to beat the game to give my full thoughts and impressions. Gameplay-wise, the game is awesome. I love a lot of the things that are in there. Story, like I said, I'll wait till I finish the game. Why doesn't Xbox show love for fighting games? That's a good question. I mean, they just don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, they put Killer Instinct out there, but, you know, they really haven't done much with it in the past 7 years. So, I think they should announce a Killer Instinct too. But the thing about fighting games is that it's just so hard to launch a fighting game and continue supporting it long term. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll see. Do you think Fall Guys is coming to Xbox? Well, the developers, I think they said they are keen to bring it to other systems. It just comes down to the fact that they're a small studio, so it's just going to take some time. Is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order the best game of 2019? Well, I'm enjoying it for what I'm playing. I just hit Kashyyyk. I'm on there. So, we'll see. But it's good. It's a good game. I'm actually enjoying it more than I thought I would. We definitely need a new Killer Instinct. It's just been so long, man. Do you think the Initiatives game will replace Halo Infinite's whole? Oh, I don't believe so. I think that Initiative game is a little ways off. It's got some time. WB Games, I think, only owns Mortal Kombat fully. Oh. Okay, so I don't even think it's really worth it then if they're trying to pay a lot of extra money, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to the 194 people watching. Shout out to y'all. Shout out. Let's see. Alrighty. Hey, Dimwit Monkey. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. I love Tekken when I played in the arcades growing up. So many good memories. Man, I mean, I was never really big in fighting games as a kid. But I always appreciate it because it looks so fun. Just the community aspect of people having fun. And it just didn't matter, man. You were just talking that smack, you know, just go settle it with the sticks, bro. I'm currently at work rolling silverware and this baby won't stop crying. Oh, restaurant life, brother. I know your pain. That's why I'm able to roll my silverware. We have a back room that we closed off because, you know, everything's at like 50% capacity right now. And I just don't be hearing no babies. That's the one thing about when you're working in a restaurant, you have a newfound hatred for children. You hate children. You really do. I'm sorry. I know some of y'all are fathers and mothers in the stream, but just to let y'all know, I'm gonna let you in on some insight. You're crying baby. People do notice it. Anyone here ever worked in the restaurant industry? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Retail workers too. You know, you're not sticking it to your kid by ignoring them when you're letting them cry. Trust me. Take it from the guy who's just trying not to spaz out. Oh, shout out the homie King coming through with the $20 super chat. I'm a huge fan, and I'm a little embarrassed and shy that you know me, but thank you so much, and thanks for answering my question. Hope to hear your thoughts on the story when you're finished. Yes, I will definitely be doing a video on that, King, bro. Don't worry. And yeah, bro, dude, man, King, we go back to what, 2009, talking about Naruto and Sonic stuff. I remember all your videos, bro. Come on. I think the last video I watched of yours, no, I think it might have been recently. You did a video on My Hero Academia too. The English dub voices. I remember that because I was like, they patched in English voices and your video was one of the first ones I saw. I was like, oh snap, that's King Master Review. So it's crazy. Like, I be keeping tabs on a lot of people from way back when, you know? I love my own kids. Everybody else's kids? No. I love it. That's so true. That's so true. That is so true, y'all. That is so true. I've worked in retail and kids can be annoying, but unruly customers can be just as bad. Yeah, you're going to run into a lot of Karens and... I mean, Karens, to be fair, you run into Karens of all different races and ethnicities. You do. You know, speaking on, you know, my own people for a second, you know, the thing about black people you come across when you work in retail is that for whatever reason, they just assume that just because you black, you going to give them that homie discount. I remember I used to work at Staples way back when, and, you know, I was a really good retail associate. Like, I always had high sales on things, and, you know, I was ordering, I think I was ordering a chair for somebody, you know, because Staples sold chairs. And, you know, I had to hold them the price of the chair because they wanted to get like this executive chair. This shit was like over $300, man. And, you know, I said, yeah, you know, this is going to be for $300. Right now it's on sale for $279. And he's like, okay, so what are we going to do about that? And I just looked at this man like, is this Negro serious? And I was just like, well, here's what you can do. You can give me that credit card and we can run this transaction. Because I'm literally, when I go to work, I'm there to do my job and GTFO. I ain't here to, listen, I'm all about finding the customers the best deal possible. That's who I am, helping them out. But if you over here taking advantage of that kindness, man, if you don't, and you going to go out there and buy the latest iPhone, because this man had, it was the most recent iPhone at the time too. And you over here trying to get mad at a chair, we ain't going to sell it for like $2 when it's $300. Get those protection plans. Oh yes, I'm a big proponent of protection plans. I always push it on people because the protection plans that we had, I actually could stand by because it actually worked. You know, a lot of protection plans for some stores were bullshit, but the ones we sold, like we had Square, I think it was Square Trade or something. It was much better than the Staples one. And literally, I remember because I had products that I did the Square Trade warranty. And legit, like, it was not really functioning the way I wanted to. I fucking broke that shit. I called them up saying, yo, this shit is broken. They shipped me a brand new one. If they can't ship me a new one, they gave me a full refund as a gift card. Man. But I know some people here, y'all have worked retail. You know, I'm sure y'all can tell some stories. Yo, some people here working at Target, things like that. Yeah. Congrats on the IGN guest spot. Thank you so much, Neo Kid. I appreciate that. I want a Sunset Overdrive 2, but PlayStation owns the studio, but it's still a possibility. Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. I mean, I think... Wait, doesn't Sucker Punch own Sunset Overdrive? I believe they own the rights to Sunset Overdrive. So, it's all on PlayStation if they want to bankroll it, technically. I thought it was Insomniac who owns it. Hold on, let me see. I thought Insomniac owns the right for Sunset Overdrive. Who owns Sunset Overdrive IP? Sunset Overdrive is now owned by PlayStation. Sony confirmed it. Oh, wow. Wow. Shuhei Yoshida confirmed that Sony Interactive Entertainment holds the rights to past Insomniac Games works. And people asked him, is there a port? And he just said, I'm looking forward to future titles. Wow. So it's technically a possibility. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, man. No, Microsoft doesn't own it, guys. They don't. They don't. GameStop job, man. Never again. Oh, Mallet, I believe it, brother. I believe it. Yo, I used to work my very first job. All right, guys, we're going to take a break from talking about gaming for a second, okay? We're going to take a break from talking about gaming. I know y'all, we want to talk about gaming. Hey, Food, what's up, bro? But we're going to talk about some other stuff for a little while, okay? Let's talk about some retail woes, because I know everyone here is suffering from some retail. I remember my first job, I worked at, okay, anyone who lives in the Northeast, y'all know Stop and Shop? Y'all know Stop and Shop? It's owned by Giant, so it's probably called Giant in other parts. But, you know, my first job ever was working at Stop and Shop. I was a cashier. And, man, when I tell you some of the stories that you see, like, when you see folks online who are, you know, telling all these crazy stories, some people say it's very sensational. It's really not. Like, the stuff that you experience working at, like, some of these stores, grocery stores, freaking Targets and Walmarts and GameStops, bro, you be contemplating, like, how these people exist. Like, where do y'all come from? Who sent you? You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I was a 16-year-old kid. I was in high school. And I just wanted a job so I can buy me some anime. That's the whole reason I got a job in the first place. You know what I'm saying? People like unemployment gang, unemployment. All right, hey, man, listen. We all going through shit. We all going through shit, y'all. You know, provided y'all taking the steps to better yourself, that is what it is. So just keep on keeping on. You know, I ain't like one of those. I hate when some people say, like, yeah, you know, I'm currently unemployed, as if, like, that, like, devalues their existence. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers. You know me, I'm not that type of person. Oh, take it easy, Josuke. Thank you for coming to the stream. But yeah, when you work in retail, man, the shit you be seeing, oh my God, it humbles you. And it's ridiculous because the way that these people, like, they treat the associates like legit slaves. Like, you're like my pet. You have to answer to my beck and call, and you got to do things that I want you to do. You know, the worst thing I probably experienced was expired coupons and people not being able to read shit that was on the shelves. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's something, like, let's just say, for example, okay, something that's, you know, is expensive. Like, let's just say it's $200. And let's just say somebody moved that item and they put it somewhere that says $20. And that's the only item that's there. Wouldn't logic dictate that maybe, just maybe, somebody put that there by accident? And you know, when you're working retail, sometimes you're like the only person in that whole department. You know? All right, take it easy, get employed. Have a good one, bro. Thank you for coming to the stream. And then you get some people who are just like, oh, well, on the shelf it said that this thing was $20. And I'm just like, ma'am, this webcam retails for $200. Why would we be selling it for $20 when the tag says Ethernet cable? Ethernet cable. Like, I legit had to, what I did was, in situations like that, instead of arguing with them, I legit just showed them to the product, and they were like, oh, well, I think I should still get it anywhere for this price. And at that point, I just Sent that to management. That was a management problem. And then I loved my manager at the time. He was so chill. He was just like, nah, fam, this ain't it. This ain't happening here. And then they stormed out saying, oh, I'm gonna complain to corporate. And he was like, yeah, just you do you. You do you. Coupon wise, I've had somebody bring me coupons that were 10 years old, y'all. 10 years old. People brought me coupons that were from 10 years ago, thinking that shit would work. And I'm like, damn. This coupon came out when I was 5 years old. And then there's oh my God, there's a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Like I remember there was this one dude, like I don't know how this is possible, but bro, this dude, there was one manager, I guess he was really shitty about things. I guess he didn't care. But he let this man, like, okay, so you know how all the really expensive stuff is usually behind the cages or it's like in the back or something or whatever? This manager, there was this dude who was buying like a whole bunch of laptops or something. I don't know what he said. Maybe he said he worked for a school or something. And legit, he had like a whole cart of laptops. A whole cart. And this dude legit tried to bum rush the door with that shit. Little did he know that, you know how these doors legit, you know, they're the type open ones and they don't just open like automatically. You got to just like hit the sensor. So this man, legit, he had the like waiting to check out, just bum rush straight through the door. When I say this man, like, yo, so if this is the door and this is this man, right? He has this cart full of laptops trying to rush out. Goes like this. The cart flips over. This man goes with it, hits the door, falls back down. There's laptops everywhere. And then I'm just sitting there like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Because I happened to turn the corner at the time when this happened. And then we were just like staring at this shit like, yo, what the fuck do we do? And then the man just like, when I say, I don't know how this happened, but he did like a fucking backflip off the ground and he just ran out there. So we're just sitting here with like 15 laptops on the floor. Some of them are broken and damaged. And this man is just running up the street. Yo, this shit was wild, bro. What else happened at this place? Oh, yo, there's so many fucking crazy stories that happened at this store. What else happened, man? Trying to think, it's been so long. Oh, we had a customer take a shit. Like, take a shit. He shat on himself in the store. In the store. I think I told this story before. But, whew, my God. Yeah, WTF. Exactly. We had a customer shit on himself in a store, y'all. So, I'm going to paint the picture for y'all. This was like towards the end of my Staples tenure. Oh, we had a $5 super chat from the homie Nostalgia Trip. You're reminding me of Blackbuster Critics' old guidelines to being a customer videos. Sad these people exist. Yup. BBC, that's one of the homies right there. BBC, that's my cousin. You know, he just told it like it is. It's true. It's true because it exists. But, yo, legit. So, this was like I said, close to the end of my Staples tenure. And, hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on a second. I got a message I got to reply to. Hold on. 1 sec. 1 sec. Man, this chick's sending me videos about your dog. I don't care about your dog. Send me 3 videos about your dog. Man. Fuck out of here. Hold on. All right. Nah, she ain't gonna see this. She don't watch this shit. And she ain't even trying. Nah, she ain't even. Nah. All right. She ain't trying. That chick, she ain't. No. She trying to get with me. I ain't trying to get with her. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. I ain't. Nah. I don't know this. I don't know this chick. Okay. What if she was watching on stream? Nah. Bree is like, oh dang. Nah, listen, I humble myself. But that chick is a try hard. Like, I don't need to know about this stuff. Anyway, my brother just got called the N-word over the phone unintentionally. Yo, what the hell? That's wild. All right. Okay. Let me tell this story. All right. So let me tell you about the story of the guy who shat on himself at Staples. All right. So like I said, this was getting close to my the end of my tenure at Staples. I worked at Staples for 2.5 years, and I stress this about every single job I'm at. A good management staff will literally make or break your entire experience. I have worked the most mundane jobs in my life, where I go in and I do the exact same shit day to day, but the staff that I was around, they just made it amazing. It was just such a pleasure to come into work. It was great. Unfortunately, that management staff left after the first year of me being there, which freaking sucked, man. It was terrible. Afterwards, we had a lot of rotating managers, and rotating managers, that's never really a good thing. Halo 2 anniversary. There we go. I want to say I really enjoy the content. It always gets me into a better mood. Oh, thank you for that, Halo. I appreciate it. Well, right now we might talk about something that makes you sick, bro, because oh boy. So, we had a rotating staff of managers, and just none of them were really ever good. A lot of them were incompetent, and then others. There was this one manager who tried to get with me in the freaking cash room, man. That's another story for another day. It was kind of spooky. I felt attacked. But so this one manager, she, like, with me, I don't necessarily wild out on managers if I don't like them. You know what I'm saying? For me, I'm just like, oh no, it was not fucking hot at all, bro. Oh, hell nah. Yeah, I'll tell that story later. Don't worry, y'all. But this manager, she was kind of like wishy-washy on certain things. She would enforce rules, and at the same time, she would just like make exceptions. So me, myself, and I, I'm going there, I'm going to work. I listen to the rules. I do what I got to do. And then she says another thing that just undermines everything I did. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to do what I do. So at my particular location, we didn't have a bathroom for the general public. Like a lot of retail places don't do that. Some of them do, like the bigger ones, yes, but some of the smaller ones, no. So I was over there. I was, what was I doing on that day? It was truck day. So I was unloading freight. I was stocking on the shelves. And I remember there was this one dude that came in. And he was just like, oh, can I use your restroom? And my answer to customers, mainly because, well, part A, because I was listening to my manager, and then part B, I was just lazy as fuck. I didn't want to take people places. He was like, can I use your restroom? I said, oh, no, we don't have a restroom that's public for people. And he was just like, well, I can't do my business if I haven't done my business yet. This was an older white guy. And then my manager out of nowhere just popped up, and she was just like, oh, no, don't worry. Just take him to the bathroom. And I was just like, you sure? Because literally, like, sometimes there'd be times I'd be waiting for people in the bathroom for like 15, 20 minutes. Like they be blowing that shit up. They be blowing that shit up like no tomorrow. So I was just like, all right, fine. So I bring him to the back, and I'm just over there chilling on my phone, doing whatever. And I noticed this man's been in this bathroom for a while. I was like, what the fuck is going on? So, one of my coworkers was actually going to the bathroom, right? And I was just like, yo, can you go see what this man is doing right there? And he was just like, I bet. So he goes to the bathroom, and he just sees this dude standing there. Like, just standing there in the mirror, looking at the mirror. And he was just like, nah, homie just staring at the mirror for some reason. I think he's about to wash his hands. And I was like, all right, whatever. So, since there were already some other employees who were there, and literally it's like, okay, so here's the front door of the back room, right? Like right here. And here's literally, like, if this, my phone, the bathroom is right here. So it's pretty much a straight shot back. So I'm like, yeah, there's other employees back here. He can just lead the way. It's fine. So this man, he's coming out from the bathroom. I'm over there outside continuing what I'm doing. Next thing I hear, literally while I'm outside, is, Oh my God. And I'm just like, the hell's going on back there? This man shat himself. Explosive diarrhea. Not in the bathroom, but in the back room. Right in front of the pathway we take to go to the break room and the manager's office. Explosive. Like y'all, okay, this is about to get really nasty. I'm sorry, but hey, listen. This is what we do here. You ever like see somebody and they shit and it smells like metallic? Like, I know this is very disgusting, but you ever get like someone just thinks shit, it smells like metal or something? Right? Like, that's what this man, his excrement smelled like. And when I say it was literally like, you know how when you walk into a room, like, you know, in anime, it's like that overdrawn thing where it's like you open the door and your heart is like beating and you can feel this ominous presence there. That's what it was trying to go back to the back room. And then all I know is just I see all the employees just rushing out there, like, not really gagging, but looking like they're about to gag. And this dude literally walked out of there like nothing had happened. Like nothing had freaking happened. Shit stained, long pants, walking out. Like literally it felt like this presence, the smell was following him all throughout the front of the restaurant. Bro. Then he did that, right? And we're just following him. I don't know why we were doing this. We were dumbasses. Like, I swear to God, early 20s, you do some dumb shit. We were following him like, yo, what is this nigga going to do? Is he going to just walk home or is he actually going to sit in his car? He goes to his car. He had like this really old, like 1970s looking car. He opens up the trunk. Changes his drawers and his pants. Comes back into the store. Acting like nothing happened. He's just like, well, I'm ready to shop now. And we're just all sitting there looking at him like, is this cracker serious? And then he was just like, this is the worst part. This is the worst part. My manager, straight up, oh, Colin, my boy, what's up, brother? My manager looks at him. You know, she's like this older white lady. She looks at him and she just like clears her throat very obnoxiously, like, you know, like that type of stuff. And he looks at her and he was just like, oopsie, I made a poopsie. This old ass man said, oopsie, I made a poopsie. And after that, I was like, yo, I need to get the fuck out of retail. I am done. This is over. We can't be doing this no more. This is just, I swear I'm not bullshitting y'all. I'm not bullshitting y'all. I don't bullshit about this shit. Retail will do that to you. Oopsie, I made a poopsie. Sweet home Alabama. This happened in New York. Oh, who cleaned it up? I'm going to tell y'all who cleaned it up. My manager, who let this man into the bathroom, had to clean it up because the janitor only worked in the mornings. That's some just desserts right there. I would have quit. I definitely would have quit. Man. But yeah, that's the story. That's the story. That was on her, Bree. It really was. You know, it did come back to proverbially came back to bite her in the ass. Oh God, but yeah, that's just one of the stories from retail. There was so much other stuff. I think I'll save the other story about the manager for another stream. I'm gonna make y'all wait for it. Speaking of retail, someone says, have you ever been discriminated at work before? Yeah, that's happened before. I mean, I'm black in America. You know how that goes. There have been people who legit just, just the over entitled. There was a phrase that we used to use at our job talking about the area code, because the job where the Staples I was located was right next to like a really affluent white area. So we just always made jokes that they're just over entitled and we would use their zip code. But yeah, those people would legit just come in there, think like they own the place. I had one woman come in there, try to legit insult my intelligence on certain things. And I was just like, no, I didn't let that shit slide. But then my boy had to hold me back because I'm very up. I'm upbeat. I'm happy. I keep this vibe. But there was just like this literal, like this one, I'll never forget her face. Like skinny, uptight looking Karen wearing glasses. She tried to use big words and threw that at me. And I was like, oh, no, no, no. And then my boy Mike was just like, nah, Chris, don't do it. It's not worth it. But yeah, there's, like you will notice like there is a lot of racism in retail. You see that a lot. It's terrible. The ending was so anticlimactic, but it was so good at the same time. It was a legit story. Just joined. What are y'all talking about? Oh, Issa name. You missed it, brother. There was a story about that. This kid pissed over the notebooks? Oh man, nah, fam. I will say this though. There were some benefits working retail. There was one time during the back to school season, which is the busiest time of year at Staples. I've made so many tips from helping kids with their school list. Because, parents come in there and they're just like, they don't know, like, get school supplies. I remember one guy, he had a really needy daughter. Like, just she needed everything. And he was just like, can you be like her personal shopping guide? And I said, with all due respect, sir, I can't do that. I've got other things to do. This man straight up slipped me a $50 bill. And I was just like, okay, so the rulers are going to be over here in aisle 1. And if you come to this fixture right here, we got some nice, really pretty notebooks. What do you like? You like Frozen? Frozen? Let it go. Let it go. You like things like that? Let's go for it. Man, those are some good times. I made some good money during back to school. Shit was hectic, but bro. But no, I don't play that snark. I don't play that racist shit now. If people ever try to do something like that, I just clap back to them. Because people always say, oh, you look so interesting. Are you like half black? And I'm just like, what does that mean? Yeah, they're like, well, you look like you're not fully black. And I was just like, well, what does fully black mean? And they're like, well, and I was like, oh, so you mean, I always catch people up like that. It makes them feel very awkward. Very awkward because shit is ridiculous. Yo, I'm telling you, that $50, bro, this was $50 in 2013. I was only making like $9 an hour at Staples. So that $50 was legit 9, 18, 27, 36. In the 5 hours that I worked, I made that shit tax free. I'm telling you, man. Did that person ever get kicked out or banned? I don't know if they really banned him because, retail, they don't really enforce shit like that. What's the absolute weirdest thing that's happened to you in retail aside from that? Well, that was the peak. That was really the peak. That literally, nothing got better than that or worse. I always laugh and smile when I watch your streams. Thanks, brother. Oh, thank you, Pi. All I can do is just share my stories and my experiences, Yeah, people just, they say, okay, I always say this. The worst racism you're going to experience is people who do that, like, subtle, passive, white liberal racism. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll just say, like, these snide little comments that they don't expect you to catch it, but then Like, I've experienced more racism from that than actual, like, overt, stereotypical, redneck racist, that sort of shtick. You'll experience a lot of that. I'm sure some people can attest to that in the comment section. Bree says, I got questioned why I talk white, and I'm like, really? How can I talk a color? Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. I get that more from black people, surprisingly, than white people. I got it from white people, but it's mostly been black people. They've always said, oh, you don't talk such and such. Well, first things first, I'm working in retail. Like, I'm projecting a voice, a regular voice. Like how I talk on this stream is not how I talk when I'm at work. Like, people don't understand that we have customer voices, but then people, they just assume if you know how to use proper sentence structure, you're talking white. And then I remember one time, this happened in high school. Someone said that shit, and I clapped back saying, "Oh, so you're saying that you are not educated? So you're saying all black people talk dumb?" And then he got so mad and heated. He's just like, "No, that's not what I'm saying." I'm just like, "Well, you literally just said talking smart is talking white. So you're saying that you're basically dumb." That nigga got so mad. And I don't even worry about those people. I really don't. Because remember, those ignorant people, you just let them go on their dumbass way. Because that person right now has not amounted to anything. That person has 4 baby mamas. 4 baby mamas. So what do I got to worry about him saying, "Oh, you don't sound black"? I'm like, okay, playa. At least my kids, they gonna know who their father is. I'm here before Neo gets super famous on YouTube. Oh, come on, y'all. I'm just doing what I'm doing. I'm literally still gonna be doing the same stuff that I'm doing now, whether I'm at 50,000 subscribers or 500,000. It's gonna be the same. Y'all know this. I've been in this game too long to really worry about, like, oh, don't forget me when you get famous. No, you guys are family. You know that. And if I have to do private live streams for all of us so we can have this type of conversation, then I'm definitely going to do that. I've been seeing that Uzaki-chan, and by the way, what's up, Narakami? Good to see you, bro. I've been seeing that Uzaki-chan thing posted everywhere, and I'm tempted to watch it, but I just... That character looks so weird, man. Just looking at her face and her hair, and then it looks so strange. But I do want to watch it. 12 Terra Flibbity Flobbities. Road to 100K. That's the next goal. Yes, it is. I think we're believe it or not, guys, we're coming up on close to 60,000 subscribers. Guys, we are less than 600 subscribers away from 60K. And we just hit 50K last month. Oh, we making some moves, y'all. We making some moves. And I got nobody to thank but you guys. When you're famous, we'll get more RGB in the background. Yes, we will. We'll get more RGB lights right there. We'll get some lo-fi music in the background. Ride or die for Neo. Yo, that's what's up, postings. Bad boys for life. Neo from 2009 is the same Neo in 2020. Absolutely. I am the same dude. Albeit I'm able to actually get to the point quicker when I make videos as opposed to back then. Can we hit 100K before the end of the year? I mean, I don't know, Pi Studios. We're going to try. We're going to try our best. We're going to try. But at the end of the day, like I said, a subscriber count really don't mean much to me. It's just all these interactions we're having right now. That's what's so much fun. Because I know I've said this before. I actually did a whole video on it. But you guys have gotten me through a lot of dark shit in my days. Like there have been times where, like we're all human. We all go through shit. We're just literally me being on, talking to you guys on stream and comments and just congregating, having fun, doing this stuff has literally like just uplifted my mood so much, and it's just reminded me of why I do the things that I do. And it's so crazy because literally it's just all of us here together talking and chatting, like that's the best part about it. That's what I love the most. It's amazing, like when I say like we're all a family, we are all a legit family. We come here to bring each other up, not tear each other down, and that's what we aim to do. That's like going to be my legacy, and just talking to all of y'all, because I ever since I made that video, You Are Not Alone, which I don't know if y'all have seen that, but that's probably the most personal video I've ever made on the channel. I've had a lot of like private conversations with so many people in the community, and just the stories that y'all have been sharing with me have just been like, I've legit been moved to tears. It's I get really emotional thinking about these things, but all of y'all just keep doing what you're doing, keep being yourself, keep being there for one another. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. We're all family unless you don't like knack. Tell him, Randy. Preach. I'm gonna pull a Joe Biden. If you don't like knack, then you ain't black. That's the truth. Oh God, the sponsored videos. Listen, I know people are always asking, yo, you're getting bigger, you're gonna start getting sponsors. I'll only accept sponsorships from companies I actually use their products. Like, I am not gonna be on here doing what's that thing? Raid Shadow League Legends, whatever that is, Manscaped, all the things out there. Like, if I'm sponsored by Corsair, sure, give me a nice keyboard, mouse. Sponsored by AverMedia, yeah. And that's what I want to tell you about Raid Shadow Legends. Let's talk about it. Focus. Logitech. Focus. Bring me back. Thank you. Oh, Battletoads? Yo. Battletoads is coming out, I think, next week. That should be fun. I'm going to head out. So glad I just so happened to see you on the IGN podcast. I'm sharing your channel with my friends. Everyone have a great night. Well, good night to you too, 0194D. Thank you for coming to the stream, and thank you for supporting the channel. I really appreciate that. Hope you have a good night. Raycon. Oh, Lord. Let me read this for a second. Raycon E25 is the perfect thing to use while playing Raid Shadow Legends, but keep your gameplay safe with NordVPN. That is one way to kill 3 birds with 1 stone. I'm not going to lie. You should sign up for Whovit. You get free games to review. I'll look into it. Whovit. Because I wouldn't mind getting some early review copies for some games. I wouldn't mind that. That'd be fun. That'd be kind of cool. Have you played Doom Eternal? Yes, I am actually going through that right now on PC. Very fun game. That game just does not, it does not let up, man. Every time I think I'm good, it's like, nah, nigga, have this. It's actually pretty challenging, too. We all know you're sponsored by Xbox / PlayStation / Stadia / Soulja Boy console. That's where the real money comes in, you guys. Soulja Boy. Yeah, I saw City Skylines there on the little ticker of games. God. Thoughts on Dragon Quest XI coming to all platforms? I'm all in favor of it. The more people to play Dragon Quest, the better. And I'm excited. Your face is your moneymaker. Does anyone else get that ad? Your face is your moneymaker. I don't think I've got that ad. But then again, I have YouTube Premium, YouTube Red, so I don't see ads anymore. E-girls are temporary, but Doom is eternal. On sale now on Steam for $29.99. Do you think Elden Ring's going to come out anytime soon? I can tell you this much. It's going to come out before George R.R. Martin releases his next book. That's all I can say for certainty. How did IGN contact you for the podcast? Did Ryan McDaddy slide in those DMs? Well, Ryan actually contacted me because people were tweeting Ryan to get me on the show. So this was all community effort. And then Ryan and I exchanged contact information. We started talking, and then that's how the show came to be, because of y'all. Take it easy, snaky nerds. Thank you for coming through. Yeah, literally, that happened because of you guys. That wasn't me. I didn't go seeking him. He didn't go seeking me. And that's the beauty of social media at times. Brings people together. Loved seeing you on Locked. Oh, thank you, Wayne. I appreciate that. You and Miranda had some good chemistry on the podcast. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. Miranda's cool. Everyone there is pretty cool. I mean, that's the first time I met them. So, if I had more time to talk to them and really gel outside of, hey, this is the hour we have for the podcast, we'll see. Oh, snap. The homie Dimwit Monkey coming through with a $25 super chat. I think I speak for everyone when I say you have also helped us through a lot. This is also a congrats for the newfound success on YouTube. Oh, well, thank you, Dimwit Monkey. You being a member, you supporting the channel, man, seriously, it means the world to me, bro. And thank you for everyone who's been donating super chats and things like that. I don't ask for this sort of thing. You guys are just so generous with it. So I really appreciate it. It means the world to me. But yeah, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, man. I feel like what I want to put into the world is essentially if I was able to be helped in a lot of situations growing up by some people, I want to be there for people for the same thing. Because the one thing I think a lot of people don't realize is just how much of an impact you have on someone without even really knowing it. I've had people come to me saying yo, your videos have got me through a lot of shit, man. I don't think you really realize it. Just coming home and watching your videos after a long day of work or something, or, just I needed to laugh after a breakup. And I've heard a lot of crazy stories. And it just goes to show you never know, what you could be doing for a person. And I think that's just the beauty of it. That's the beauty of this wonderful platform that we're on. And, at times it really humbles you. It really humbles you. So it's It's awesome, and I'm so grateful that I have such an amazing community like y'all. Oh, have a good night, Atlanta. Take care, brother. Sleep well. Thank you for coming. Do you prefer Neo or Chris? I don't mind either. I mean, most people call me Neo because that's been my username for the past decade. Some people call me NGS. Some people call me GameSpark. So I'm just whatever y'all want to call me. To me, you are a YouTuber who stands the test of time. Oh, I appreciate that, Ray. Thank you. I appreciate all of the amazing mods. Shout out to Gabe. Shout out to Danik. Shout out to Fostings. Shout out to Colin, my boy. Do you feel that the disrespect people show towards retail workers is part of a larger cultural problem? Well, I mean, that's something that's just existed forever. You know, like people always assume that just because someone's an employee here that you have to literally bend to their beck and call. Like, I'm sorry, but employees only have so much power. We cannot literally will things into existence. If something is sold out and out of stock, it's not our problem. We can just go ahead and order it for you online, you know? But it's like people in retail do not have all this crazy power. Now, mind you, there are some retail employees who are just very lazy at their job and they're just very like nasty and snooty. You know, that does exist. But as a whole, to think that like you could just come in there and treat somebody like shit just because you're paying for the product, which pays for the salary. It's like, who raised y'all? Like, you can tell these people have never been disciplined in their life, or you can tell that they've legit taken all the wrong lessons and they feel like they can bully other people because they've been bullied. You know, it's just ridiculous. Like me, myself, and I, there are times where I've gone out to eat at restaurants where, you know, sometimes my experience does not go swimmingly. Like, let's just say, for example, the employee, let's say he was really busy and he was swamped and he forgot to fire the food, like ring it in immediately. You know, there are times where that happens and I do get a little pissed off, but provided that employee is just like not ignoring me or I have to ask multiple times, you know, I'm pretty cool with it. Provided the food doesn't come out cold or raw or something, I'm fine. But just the extent that I've seen like some of these like restaurant horror stories, man, it's crazy. Oh, but I appreciate that nostalgia trip. Thank you, bro. I don't think the consoles are available for pre-order yet. Did you hear about the recent Def Jam tweets teasing a new announcement? Yeah, I did, but if that's a mobile game, you already know the flack they're gonna catch. No, you can't say you can't put out a tweet saying, "Damn, this game is a classic," and then say at 1 million likes we're gonna announce something big. If that's a mobile game, I don't know. I don't know, fam. I don't know. They need to do a new Def Jam game. They seriously need to. Like, it's been too long. Have you played God of War? Yes, I've played through the entire series. I've loved the reboot, and I can't wait for the sequel. That's like my #1 most anticipated game that's not yet announced. Would you consider an IGN job? I mean, I've gotten this question asked a lot. Some people are saying, well, if you ever get big enough, did you ever want to work for Kotaku and IGN? To be honest, I like doing what I'm doing right now. I mean, I wouldn't mind, you know, doing like a collaboration or something with them. Like, let's just say if IGN is bringing on YouTubers to talk about stuff, I'm okay with that. But I like being able to talk about things on my own terms, on my platform, and just on some level, I just feel like if I have to answer to somebody and you can't say certain things, it kind of diminishes, you know, it diminishes my time on this. Because you can just get anybody else to say the exact same things. Did you play Catherine Full Body on the Switch? If so, is it any good? I played the demo and it seems pretty cool. Well, I played the original Catherine. Catherine was a lot of fun. I have not picked up Full Body yet. I've been meaning to. I do want to get it on the Switch to support Atlas releases, third-party games. So I do need to do that. Have you seen the Fall of 76? I don't believe I have. With respect to Ryan and his team, but I heard about some bad IGN work practices that didn't settle fine with previous employees. I mean, that's the thing, though, with a lot of these companies, they're still very new. They're very young in the grand scheme of things, especially when it comes to journalism. So they've got some kinks to figure out. And if if literally it's gonna take to the point where now they're starting to get better, I'm all for it. But yeah, a lot of these companies, especially in the gaming industry, not just journalism, they do some really messed up things. Konami comes to mind. They do a lot of messed up stuff. So it's definitely something we need to have an open and honest conversation about. The situation happening with Ubisoft, how they were sheltering sexual predators and abusers. There's a lot of things, and I'm glad that people are talking about it and it's getting out there in the open. Oh, yeah, I remember Machinima. What's Machinima doing now? I haven't heard about that in a while. Any date for the August event already? Well, we haven't gotten a date as of yet, but we are coming up on the halfway point. Yes, I have played Hellblade. Believe it or not, some of the biggest disrespect I've seen while working at the movie theater are parents with kids. They're some of the most entitled SOBs I've ever seen. Oh, retweet, Colin. Exactly. You know, they just expect you to play babysitter with their kids, and they just don't. They don't realize how when you're in a movie theater, people pay money to watch the movie. They don't pay to hear your screaming toddler. Like, I'm sorry. If you... Listen, I get it. You know, parent life, things like that, but etiquette. Theater etiquette. Do not bring a screaming toddler into an R-rated movie at 11 o'clock at night. Why isn't your baby asleep? You know what I'm saying? Like, get a babysitter. If you got money to go out to the movie theaters and buy popcorn and soda, you got money for a babysitter. Because you legit got to mortgage your house to go to the movie theaters these days, man. Hopefully there's a Nintendo Direct. If you could bring back one Xbox exclusive, what would it be? The answer to that, my friends, is Lost Odyssey. I would love for a Lost Odyssey game. Remake, sequel, freaking, you know, reimagining, spiritual successor, whatever you got to do. Give me that. I need it. I paid for watching a movie, not hearing your little shit crying. Exactly. Exactly. Neo, do you like Xbox? I don't know. I don't know if I like Xbox. I don't know, y'all. What do you say about that Elite controller? Cameo, I wouldn't mind a remake for Cameo. I wouldn't mind a remake for a lot of 360 games. I wouldn't mind a new freaking Viva Pinata. That was the shit. Oh, Fostings, man. Don't let him know about that Lost Odyssey, bro. That shit is backwards compatible on Xbox One, y'all. Where's my Diamond and Pearl remake? Where is my non-polarizing mainline Pokemon game? That's what I want. But we're getting Pokemon Snap 2. We're getting Pokemon Snap 2 if that's any consolation at $60. Oh, my sister just texted me. What you talking about, sis? Hold on one sec. I just had to text my sister, y'all. Hold on. This chick just texted me. All right. What about my Blue Dragon? Listen, no. Blue Dragon, nah. Blue Dragon was one of the most mid JRPGs I played. Neo, do you know how satisfying your lip smacking is? It helps me sleep. Hey, you know, it is what it is. I don't try it, but, you know, this mic does pick up a lot. Not the girl with the dog. Be nice to her. Hey, Bree, sis, I ain't talking about the girl with the dog. I'm talking about somebody else, which I can't mention. I always got to consult by Bree. I was just like, oh, nah, Bree, it ain't like that. I let them down gently. ASMR lip smacking. I'm dead. It's probably a category on YouTube, y'all. That's why Blue Dragon needs a remake so it become good. Make Blue Dragon great for the first time. Oh, that's not the best hashtag. I need a Jungle Strike helicopter game. No. Do you know what we need? We need a Dino Crisis game. That's what we need. I will trade so many things for a Dino Crisis game. I will trade so many things. Girl you can't mention? Oh, no. It ain't anything crazy, Asbel. It ain't anything crazy, but, you know, just for not putting too much out in the ether, you know, because I do leave these streams up. You never know who's watching. Surprisingly, guys, you know what the crazy thing I found out was? When I did that Xbox showcase live stream, I had people who I legit have not seen since high school coming to the stream talking about it. Like, yo, I used to go to high school with this guy. I was just like, who the fuck is this? Oh, I remember you. So it was really weird. So it just goes to show you never know who's watching. We just need a new Dino Crisis. We need a Jet Set Radio. We need a Left 4 Dead 3. We need a Siphon Filter. We need everything. I'd be knocked out in bed when I hear his lip smack. I'm dead. What do you think about Dot Hack? Dot Hack is a great series. We need a new Dot Hack game. I never played the when they re-released it on PS4. This is your daily reminder, y'all. If you haven't already, make sure you drink your water. Please drink your water. I drank this entire bottle of seltzer on stream, so I'm gonna need y'all to do the same. Stay hydrated. Don't be thirsty. Congrats on the podcast unlocked. Oh, appreciate it, Holmes. Thank you for supporting it. His lip smacking is Bob Ross 2.0. Hey, yo, you compare me to the GOAT. So thank you. Drink water, y'all thirsty boys. All right, y'all, man, no, we ain't, no, listen. We about to shut down this stream if y'all don't drink some water. I'm gonna need y'all to go get some water right now. I'm gonna need y'all to go get some water right now and drink that stuff. I'm gonna need y'all to go drink some water and stay hydrated. Y'all can't be bullshitting me right now. Y'all can't be bullshitting me. We gotta stay healthy. Go hydrate yourself. Go hydrate yourself. I don't know what y'all think this is. 2 liters in 30 seconds. Boy, you wildin'. I bought a whole pack of water after work. We good over here. All right, but you drinking that water, though. Does whiskey count? Oh, speaking of which, I want to show y'all something. I'll be right back. Nobody go nowhere. Hold those comments. I will be right back, y'all. What up, hells? I've returned. Oh, first things first, we have got a $10 super chat from the homie Mercy Buckets. Had a convo with my friend, and we came to the conclusion that Sony is going around asking all these third-party devs for exclusivity deals to offset the potential high price for the PS5, especially at launch. Ooh. I mean, I guess if they wanted to make those deals to get people okay with the price of a $500, maybe $550 system, maybe, but I don't know that. I don't really think, because I feel like there's going to be that contingency of people who are going to buy the PlayStation, but I don't think that them going ahead and spending a lot more money on those deals to defend a high price tag is really going to work that well. I don't know, but thank you for supporting the channel, Mercy Buckets. I appreciate it. Let me show y'all what I found here. On Monday, when I went to go pick up food with my siblings, I found this at the liquor store. I know this isn't new by any means. I don't know why it doesn't want to focus. But this is, if y'all can see, it's Johnny Walker. Come on, focus. Focus! Focus in. The one time it doesn't want to autofocus. But this is Johnny Walker X Game of Thrones. Blended Scotch whiskey. I can't speak. Blended Scotch whiskey. And this is a limited edition collab that they did. And I had seen this before, and I always thought this was really cool. But I could never really find it in my area. And I found one place that had a couple of them. And the interesting thing about this is if you put it in the freezer, it tastes completely different than it does normally. And I did that, and I was just like, damn. The bottle, it says what it does. So, someone said Bloodborne Scotch. Yeah, so this was interesting to pick up. It was like $50, so it was a little expensive. But I love the aesthetic of it. It looks so cool. Is it really smooth? It's not that smooth, to be honest. But it's good. Like, I'd recommend it. If I had to give it a rating, it's like a nice 7.5 out of 10. Pretty decent. I don't really rate drinks like that, though. But yeah, it's just such, like, just looking at this bottle and this, I'm a sucker for this type of aesthetic. It's nice. It's nice. But yeah, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna put this back in the fridge. What up, hells? I am back. Alrighty, Neo got that fire on ice. Yeah, it isn't as good as regular Johnny Walker. It isn't. But I was a sucker for the collab, you know what I'm saying? I want to see that. Fill that thing with water and chug it on stream, boy. Boy. Is it better than red? Honestly, not. Red edges it out. But I'm not really the biggest fan of red. I prefer black. Like, for me, it's been straight Johnny Walker black. Like, I really don't mess around with anything else as far as that's concerned. But for me, my favorite... Oh, we got the alcoholics in the chat right now. That's what I'm talking about. So, for me, like, my go-to drink is usually whiskey. I like whiskey. Usually just drink it straight. Every now and then I'll do a mixer, things like that. But just straight whiskey, straight bourbon. If I do like mixed drinks, if I'm trying to get like lit, disgusting lit, I go with the Long Island iced teas. Y'all know that thing right there, man. It takes usually like 2 to 3 to get me going. I do that. If I'm just chilling, I'll have like a nice Manhattan. You know, I really got into Yard House because, you know, they have so many different types of beers and ciders, and I used to love going there for the ciders. But, you know, with the situation now, they don't have as much, which kind of sucks. Why is the rum always gone? That's a good question. I had a Jamaican rum fixation for a while. I'm the sober guy who'll babysit drunks. Hey, we always need people like you, Pierre. Your kindness does not go unnoticed. It took a while for me to really get around beer because I had to find the type of beer that I really enjoy. You know, that was my biggest problem. Have you had the Blue Label before? I've had the Blue Label. It's good. There's a actual manga about wine tasting called Drop of Gods, and this is the $4.99 from Asbel. Appreciate you, Asbel. Yo, there's like a manga for everything. I think the craziest realization I had one time was when I found out there was a manga about making manga, and that manga is Bakuman, and it's actually really good. There's a sangria cider I really like drinking. Ooh, that sounds pretty good, to be honest. Incredible Hulk had me out. I was done. Yo, you know. There was this, I remember my first semester of college, there was this, like, I think it was this ridiculous vodka that was like, what, 100% proof? Some of y'all might know this. What is this? It was like ridiculously high level of being proof. Something Dragon, I don't know what it was, but I remember this one guy, this big dude, is a big drinker. He had this shit. He had like 2 shots. When I say this man was on the floor, oh man. Y'all ever drink Everclear straight? No, I haven't. I have messed with moonshine. Oh, speaking of moonshine, there you go, postings. And I had a bit too much of moonshine one time. I went down south. Oh man, that was a story. That was a story. Those Angry Orchards are dangerous. I can drink those for days. Yo, them Angry Orchards, even though they're only 5%, they're just so sweet and they taste good that you just be like, bam, 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 bam. Yo, I've had oolong tea before. Yeah, you don't mess. Yo, Tipsy Bartender, I love the dude. When this man made that punch thing and he had like 4 bottles of Everclear, I was like, yo, this man is trying to kill people. Oh, yo, moonshine will, man, let's not talk about that moonshine, bro. That moonshine make me talk to people who I normally wouldn't talk to. Like for me, when I get drunk, guys, I wouldn't say I'm like I kind of am the touchy-feely drunk. I'm like, not like touchy-feely and I want to go touch everyone, but like if we all chilling and we all cool, I'm just gonna be like, yo, you fucking amazing, bro. You awesome. Like, yo, keep doing your shit, bro. Like how I am now, but amplified by 40. Like that's just how I am. I never get sloppy drunk, like barfing everywhere or, getting into trouble. I'm like that hype guy type of drunk. Yeah, David, exactly. You know what I'm saying? I do that. Someone said White Claws. I had White Claw before, and then I had Truly. They aight. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to like watch your figure with alcohol, they aight. But man, have y'all ever had that OE? I don't know, some of y'all young heads, but I know some of the older guys had that OE. I've never had the original Four Loko, man. I was literally this close to trying it until they changed the formula. Oh, Steel Reserves. You're bringing up Steel Reserves, bro. Steel Reserves, man. Listen, I'm telling you, Steel Reserves, if you a broke college student, you got like $5 to your name, you hit up the gas station, you go ahead and you get 2 Steel Reserves, you have a nice little party, man. There's no watching your figure with alcohol. There is technically, to an extent. There are some drinks that are better than others, Vodka Club, things like that. Very, very low calorie. Because people are watching their figure. Oh, I want a skinny drink. That type of shit. Oh, we got a $5 super chat from Colin, my boy. What is the worst experience you ever had at the movie theaters? Worst experience. Honestly, the worst experience I ever had, I hate people texting during movies. I hate people who legit, like, this was back before, everyone learned to keep their shit on silence. But the old phones back then that when you turn them on, they were just like, like that type of shit. I had somebody, I remember I was watching Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and he was just on his phone all the time during this shit. And I was like, bro, get the fuck out of this theater. People like that. In addition to, like technical issues, like, when the theater fucks up, that's a problem. But, my theater takes care of me. They always give me like 2 extra tickets to make up for it. But yeah, I hate texters. I hate people who just don't turn on their phones on silent. People who, with reserved seating nowadays, they know they're not supposed to be sitting somewhere. And then they legit are sitting in your seat. I've had some situations where, like, I'm that type of guy, y'all. Like, I may look funny and happy and goofy and all that stuff, but I don't mess when it comes to my theaters. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I go see movies, I see them on my days off, and if it's a movie I'm looking forward to and I pre-order that ticket, if I have to be there on the app to pre-order the ticket at the exact time, and I come and I find you at my seat, is reserved seating for a reason. I go to the theater and I skip the credits, 30 minutes. So I come up there, I see, I saw a whole family of, like, whatever, I don't care who they were in my seat, and I was just like, it was me and my boy Jorge. I was just like, excuse me, y'all are in our seats. And they were just like, we just thought everybody was sitting anywhere. And I was like, No, it's reserved seatings. Theaters have been doing reserved seatings for 5-6 years now, and we bought these tickets like 6 months ago. Well, not 6 months ago, but the gist of it. So they were just like trying to fight us on it, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna go call the manager. Manager came over because they were literally trying to say, since it was only the two of us and they had a family of 5, and their tickets were all the way up in the front like this. They were just like trying to start some shit, and I was like, nah, I ain't playing that shit, bro. I don't play when it comes to my movies, man. And then we have a $2.99 super chat from the homie King of the Hills 34. Just supporting the content a bit. Keep it up. Well, thank you, King of the Hills, for just being you and being here on the stream, y'all. Y'all the best. Yo, y'all just, man, we got some straight alcoholics in this chat. I love it. Oh, we're almost at 200 likes? Yo, let's see if we can get those likes over 200, y'all. We got 144 people watching. Come on, let's end the video strong, y'all. Let's take it over 200 likes, y'all. Let's take it over 200 likes, you guys. Let's do it. If you're watching the video, you haven't liked it yet, let's keep it up, y'all. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up. I want to see these likes at over 200. Whoa. That's little to no delay. All right, we have 197, y'all. Let's see if we can bring it over. Oh, I just got a new follower on Instagram. Shout out to Brian Baker. Oh. This man's got his baby in the profile picture. Maybe that's not his baby. That's his nephew. Maybe that's somebody else's baby. I don't even know. But yeah, y'all. Yo, this, like I said, y'all, one of these days, I don't know where y'all live. Oh, we got the likes over 200. We had 204. Shout out to y'all supporting the channel. One of these days, when the world returns back to normal, we all gotta like meet up at Comic-Con or E3. Oh, what's my IG? My IG is Phantom NGS. Phantom NGS. If y'all want to follow me, Phantom NGS. I just be posting random stuff on there. I don't really do a lot of like crazy. I know how YouTubers like to do their Instagrams is like the same shit they do on YouTube, but I just post whatever shit that's happening. And I literally said that, and people were like, "Yeah, I'm on Instagram now." So I'm gonna shout out to some folks on Instagram who just followed. Alrighty, damn, y'all really work quick. Okay, shout out to Harley Lifts. I don't know if Harley Lifts is watching right now. I have no idea. But shout out to Harley Lifts. That person just followed. Shout out to Randy. Shout out to Christian. C Thieves. Christian. I call you Christian. Oh, this man making some. Oh, man. I was looking at this man. I'm looking at this man's page. He was making some wings. I love it. Love to see it. Shout out to Keon Foster. Shout out to B Charmer 69. Nice. Statics Prime Gaming. Fostings the homie. Fostings, man. And then CLD 22. Connor Duncan. Oh, my man's majoring in accounting? Oh, I'm gonna hit this man up for some questions later. Oh, snap. Harley is watching this show right now. Shout out to Harley Lifts. She just commented on the photo. I was just like, yeah, I don't know if Harley's watching. Harley is watching. Shout out to Bit of Bandits. Shout out to Darnell Givens. Shout out to y'all. We got a bunch of new people on Instagram. Shout out to y'all. I know because some folks are asking, my Twitter handle is the same thing. If y'all want to follow me on Twitter, NeoGameSpark. That's where I just post memes and stuff. All right, so a $5 super chat from Colin, my boy. Would you be okay with me coming onto the stream next week? I'd be happy to do so now that I have a microphone. Yes, Colin, definitely, because that's what you're subscribed to that tier. I want you on the show. You know what I'm saying? Anyone who subscribes to that tier, I want them on the show. So if anything, now the Discord thing is working or in the process of being fixed. I'll coordinate with you maybe Sunday, and we'll bring you on, and you can talk and have your time and all that. But yes, anyone, of course, man. And I'm sorry that it just took a while for me to fix this Discord thing. Like I said, I'm very much so noob about it, so I leave it up to Gabe's discretion because he does such an amazing job handling things and doing the permissions and all that. Oh, and we got a $2 Australian super chat from Maddie, aka Valkyne24, aka Mookman24, aka Doc Messiah 24. What life patch would you choose first in Cyberpunk? See, I don't know anything about what you're talking about right now, brother, because I have not watched any footage of Cyberpunk outside of, I think, the first trailer? Second trailer, maybe? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go into that game dark. As dark as I can. That's what it's all about, y'all. Yeah, no worries. At some point, we all gonna make it happen. All right, we got a bunch of people following on Twitter. Shout out to Dysfunctional. Shout out to Solo Raylo. Shout out to Rod Millard. We got a bunch of people following. Shout out to y'all. Like, I'm just that shout out guy. Like I said, I'm legit that hype man. Shout out to Julian on Twitter. Alrighty. But y'all are crazy. You know what the wild thing is, guys? I have to be up for work at 4 a.m. in the morning. But I'm here with y'all because we just having too much fun. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to Fostings, Dimwit Monkey, Danix the third. I don't know what he did with the first two, to be honest. And, of course, the homie Gabe. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Chris. Oh, thank you. Shout out to Chris. Go to sleep. I can't go to sleep. I'm just like, when we having fun, y'all, I just get gassed up. Like, I've been doing this stream for 3 hours straight. Normally, I'd be wiped out, but I'm not. You mean you got to call in soon? 24-hour stream? Nah, we good, player. We good, player. But the thing is, like, I'm usually good when I go to work. I'm used to, like, functioning on little to no sleep. So, I'm going to go there. I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm going to come home, and I'm just going to nap. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to hate myself tomorrow. Maybe. Hey, Neo, can I DM you on Instagram? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Like I said, my DMs are open. If you guys have questions, if you have any problems, Instagram, Twitter, those are the best places to reach me. But yeah. What were we talking about before this? We were talking about something. Rosalina gang, what up? If it ain't Rosalina, I ain't want to hear it. I like Rosalina not. I like Rosalina not. I can't speak. See, this is what happens. 3 hours of streaming. Do you think Microsoft should let Windows run on the Series X? Well, it does run Windows, essentially. You know, it's just an Xbox version of it. And I think it's part of the reason why it contributed to some problems with the original Xbox One. You know, with that whole Windows 8 thing and everything. That whole experience wasn't that great. But, you know, I like what they got going now. You know, the more improvements, the better. Oh, we were talking about alcohol. We were being alcoholics. That's what it was. That's what it was. Here's a serious question. Hey, Neo, how are you, bro? How's your mental health? Well, it's honestly, it's been pretty good, y'all. I mean, past couple weeks, it was kind of rough. I'm not gonna lie. You know, just dealing with a breakup and just everything that comes with that. You know, like the weeks afterwards are always the hardest, but you know, you just take things day by day. You just you got to remind yourself of what you're doing in life and realizing that things are for the best. So I'm doing okay. I'm getting better. It's getting much easier. Like the worst of it was definitely last week, but it is what it is, man. I mean, the thing is, without getting too much into like all the details, sometimes in life, you want to give people the benefit of the doubt. You want to be there to help them. You want to remind them that it's not about who you were before, it's who you are now and what you want to do. But then there's just some people you just can't fix. You know? You just can't. And it just sucks, like, you know, because 2 years of time, but you know, you just gotta, what's the phrase I always use, y'all? You gotta keep it moving. You gotta keep it moving, man. Like I'm only 27 years old. I just turned 27 last month. I've got my whole life ahead of me to worry about a relationship, you know. So that's basically it. I'm not like some of those people who just let it consume them and they start bad mouthing and doing all the crazy stuff on social media. But it's, I mean, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't affecting me. because it's just one of those things that you just gotta get over. And there's gonna be some days where, you know, this stuff just comes back and I start feeling a certain way, but it's just it really do be like that sometimes. It really do be like that sometimes. But I appreciate you checking in on me, Penny. I appreciate that. Oh, we got a $5 super chat from the homie Grant. Scorn is Xbox's launch exclusive horror FPS Metroid type game. We gotta shorten that, Grant. Oh god, it's 80% improved graphics and gameplay now in 2020. It looks good. Scorn looks good, but is that really a system seller though? You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's gonna be a good game, but let's be real. As Secretariat said in BoJack Horseman, just keep on running. Yep, that's all it is, man. Neo should set up a 24/7 live stream repeating a compilation of his lips smacking. I would listen to that instead of the lo-fi girl. I don't know if y'all are just trolling me or what. I don't know. Forget that negativity. You need to get rid of that. Fill your life with positive things. You can't fix people, not your job. Yeah, no, I understand. Shockingly, but I understand. But it's easier said than done, though. It's easier for me to give out this advice to people, but I also have to realize that they're also going through stuff. I'm also going through stuff. So everyone's situation is kind of, you know, it just takes some time. It takes some time. Relationships aren't for everybody, don't you think, Neo? I don't necessarily think that's true. I feel like everybody out there is longing for a relationship. It just depends on the type. Like some people just don't want to get married. They don't want to have kids. That's okay. Likewise, some people say they're ready for a relationship when they're really not. And then some people are just like in a relationship and they forget the fact that, you know, it's about a life together. It's not about us just being one being. You know what I'm saying? It's not about all the times we do spend together and have that be what defines a relationship. It's literally about us living our whole lives and enjoying and breaking bread at all the successes at what we're doing. So it's just, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. A 24-hour stream sounds awful for your computer. Yeah, I'd have to invest in like another separate rig for that. Breaking bed. Well, technically it is kind of like that. I mean breaking bread. But hey, listen, excuse me for this. I've been hosting a show for 3 hours straight. It's coexistence and synergy. Yeah, that's what it is. And that's what it was a lot for our relationship. But there was just too many lingering things from said person's previous relationships that affected her, and she brought that into this relationship and really bogged it down. And yeah, it was wild. Are you excited for Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2? I am. I'm waiting for the like where's the catch moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for them to just be like, haha, we fucked it up. You know what I'm saying? But it's looking pretty good so far. It's looking pretty good. Do a PC build. I might have to for that lip smacking stream. I really wish I had a PS4 so I didn't have to play Persona 5 in an emulator. Oh, man. Man, oh, man, oh, man. That's one of the benefits, man. You get a PlayStation console, you get all those games. I'm excited to try out Microsoft Flight Simulator. I mean, I'm literally going to crash my plane like crazy. I'm going to play on all easy mode with all the things turned on to max. It's going to be terrible, but I'm excited because that game looks gorgeous. Relationship is a struggle, but it's a worthy experience. Thanks for your advice. It must be tough getting into a relationship. Well, the thing, Zoro, is that it's not necessarily tough because anybody can get into a relationship. It's about maintaining it long term. It's about doing your part, but also realizing that on some level, no matter what you do, there's just going to be some people who just can't, they don't want to help themselves. They don't want to be better. And you have to make the decision yourself on whether or not you want to continue this. Because there were a lot of times where I was like, I can shoulder roll this, I can shoulder roll that. That is an issue, that isn't a problem. But how many times am I really going to be like shoulder rolling stuff? You know, that's something I had to notice and accept. Like certain things that really were damaging and toxic, I didn't view it at the time because I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt. But, you know, when I tell that stuff to other people, they're just like, bro, what the fuck? You know, it was things like that. Oh, God, Marcus. Bro, that Dragon Ball podcast, it's happening this weekend. This weekend. If the guys agree to everything, it's happening this weekend, bro. Thoughts on the medium? I think it looks really good. I like the idea of it. Need a Neo lip smacking Xbox startup sound. Oh, y'all are terrible people. Oh, God. Best short anime? Well, one anime I really enjoyed, it's not too many episodes, is The Devil is a Part-Timer. That game. That anime was funny as hell. I also really enjoyed Azumangadayo. It's like 26 episodes. It was really good. Anohana. Ugh. Be prepared for that one, though. It's heavy. But a very, very good show. Do you see yourself reaching 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year? I think it's possible. We were actually just talking about that, Marcus, and you know, I don't like to put a time limit on certain things, but if that happened, that would be absolutely incredible because we're about to surpass 60,000 subscribers. So, you know, sky's the limit. We'll just see we'll just see how the community is. Yes, I've seen Shirobako. That's another good show. Fooly Cooly, yup. Fooly Cooly, Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo. These are all standards. What do you mean? Neo already has like 69 million subs, bro. 69? Nice. Mob Psycho is cool. Podcast, you say? Yeah. Yep, Devil is a Part-Timer, y'all. Check that out. Cyberpunk 2077, like from the clips I have seen, which is very little, I can see certain aspects look very spooky. They keep taking certain aspects out, but I have hope in this developer. I have hope in CD Projekt Red. So I'm literally just going to trust them. I'm going to trust them and see what happens come release. Do you prefer Dragon Ball Z in 4x3 or 16:9? 4x3 definitely, because that's the way the show was made. And when they put it in 16:9, they freaking cropped it like no tomorrow. You lost so much of the image. Avengers game, buy or wait for a price drop. Well, I think that's going to be contingent on if you play the game for yourself, like the beta. You know, you might end up liking it. Me, myself, and I, looking at it, it looks very spooky. But I'm going to be playing the beta this weekend, so we'll see. Where's the Devil May Cry Netflix anime? They're still working on it, I guess. The PS4 and Xbox One versions of Cyberpunk need to be canceled. It does seem like they were kind of holding back because of the consoles. Hey, what's up, Tekken Jin? Good to see you, bro. Yes, Yu Yu Hakusho is so good. It's my all-time favorite series, Bree. That's some good taste right there. Have you tried PlayStation Now? How does it compare to Game Pass? I've tried PlayStation Now. I actually tried PlayStation Now in the beginning, in its inception, when you had to buy the games individually. There was no streaming subscription price. It was terrible. But as a streaming service, it's okay. It's actually not bad. It functions well. They did limit a lot of the devices you can use PlayStation Now on. So I think it's literally just PlayStation 4s and PCs. So you can't do it anymore on PS3, Vita. I believe they took it off of Sony TVs too. But yeah, it's nice. I mean, I like the idea that they got a better subscription model. I like how they let you download PS4 games. But when it comes to streaming games, I don't necessarily care for streaming games. I just don't. I mean, they always run in like a low resolution. There's always the input lag that exists, and you know, the selection of PS4 games that they have is good, but I feel like Game Pass just has better variety for a lot of things in terms of like some of the games. They have a lot of the same games, honestly, but I just feel like Game Pass is just more of the like titles. Yeah, we talked a little bit about relationships, Marcus. We talked about everything. You know how this goes. Yes, I've seen Death Note. Death Note is a good show. I'm here because I heard you on Unlocked. You have some great takes. Just so much support. Oh, I appreciate that, Tonka. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But yeah, y'all, I'm thinking it is probably time for me to wrap this thing up, y'all. We've been going for almost 3.5 hours straight. It's crazy, man. My God. Woo! But you guys have just been so absolutely incredible, phenomenal. You know the vibe. Just last minute housekeeping. So links down below in the video description to my Discord community. In addition to my Patreon page. Thank you guys so much for all the support on the YouTube memberships and all the the Patreon support. Like it's just been awesome, y'all. The super chats, everything. You guys, you're the freaking best. I mean, whether or not you donate at all, you know, it doesn't matter to me. Y'all just spending the time here, taking time out of your day while we're streaming. That's what it's all about. And of course, we end the stream the second Marcus shows up because Marcus was talking that dumb crap. Now Marcus is one of the homies. He supports us. But yeah, Danix, Dimwit Monkey, Fostings, Gabe, all of y'all, shout out. Thank you so much for doing an amazing job modding. Y'all, you know, until the next stream, whenever that is, I'm trying to crank out more streams, but you know, it's a little hard because, you know, I'm back at work at both jobs, and my Monday technically my Monday starts today on Wednesday, but I had somebody pick up my shift for today, so I was like, yeah, why not? I'll just take a day off. So technically it starts Wednesday, and then I don't get until like my weekend until Monday. But Saturday and Sunday I have my mornings free. So I might do some more streams there because we have a lot of stuff that we gotta catch up on. You know, we gotta work on Sonic 06. I gotta find a way to wrestle with the emulator, fix the problem for that one because Grant did donate for us to play that. In addition to going through, we got Sonic 06 to go through. We gotta start Neo 2. We gotta continue Kingdom Hearts 3 with the data battles, and those are like the three. Like that and Death Stranding. So those are like the 4 games that I'm kind of like obligated to stream as much of for right now. So that's what's on the docket at the moment. And we're just going to have fun suffering through some of those games. I know Neo is probably going to kick my ass. Neo getting his ass kicked by Neo. It's ironic. But yeah, it's there's a lot of stuff to do. You know, just catch up on a lot of things. Yep, finish Kaguya. That's true. Nostalgia. That's true. You know, got to record the last part of the last 2 episodes, the reaction for that for Asbel. And yeah, I literally have a notepad of things that I have. Everything is written down on what we got to finish. It's gonna be a lot to deal with, but you know, that's what it's all about. This is a fun life, and we're gonna make the best of it every single day. But once again, y'all, thank you so much for coming to the stream. Just keep on being you, keep on being there for each other. And until the next time I see you, whenever that may be, peace out, be safe, have a great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it may be, and I will catch y'all on the next stream. Peace.